It's fucked up because remember we were gonna do all like the YouTube shit, and then like I remember like Joe had like all the equipment in his room, and then all of a sudden like these drug addicts started showing up at Joe's house, and they were like, you know what, let's not do this anymore.
Absolutely not.
And then we all stopped being friends. So that was the shit.
But remember,
just ended.
it's Shu's fault.
It's all Shu's fault.
All Shu's fault. I hope he's gonna listen to this.
Yeah,
that's the first thing we want you to know, Shu. It's your fault, but I love you.
All Shu does is like,
Happy Chinese New Year, Shu.
Yeah. Welcome to the Stuff Calama podcast. This is, I believe, episode 10 being uploaded. Yes. All right, welcome. We have our first guest ever, Brandon. A very close friend. We went to high school with Brandon. Joey, and CJ are still arrested from the Capitol riot. We freed Joey, and then the FBI got him back, and now we're just dealing with those court proceedings.
I'm not paying bail. Sorry.
Well, we paid already, and he fucked himself, so now he's back in prison.
That's a pretty cool thing to be in prison for, though. You know, you seize the Capitol. Of all things.
I saw one tweet, and it was so true. It's like how fucking annoying it is that these losers were the first ones to do it, not like people.
For years I've been saying to myself, I'm like, why don't they just go burn down the Capitol building?
Exactly.
And then it kind of like almost happened. I was like, no, these are the wrong people.
No, stop it.
I'm like, I'm down for the guy with the buffalo horns, but I don't understand anything else. No, get back in your lane.
Were you part of that? The whole like everyone wanted to fuck the guy with the buffalo horns out of nowhere?
No. I'm off white guys for a while. I got burned once many
times.
Asian, white, can't do it right now. I had those things, it's like chicken.
You've had both of them, and they didn't end up well, so now we're just changing.
Now I'm just kind of fucking myself,
Switching camps.
Exactly, switching camps, exactly.
Brandon's so sick of men, he's straight now. He's just fucking tired of him.
You're never gonna know with me. I'm always gonna keep you on your toes, Marky,
Did you ever see that one video of the girl saying, like, oh, she started dating girls, so now she's like, oh, I understand why men have it fucking difficult just dating around.
Oh, dude, like, come on. In the gay community, that's why everybody should just be gay. Because I was talking to this gay guy fucking maybe a month ago, and he was like, oh, it's so nice not having a boyfriend. I'm in a relationship right now. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking divorced. Like, when you're gay, everybody's your boyfriend. Like, you don't fucking have somebody in your house. Like, absolutely not. Picking up on people, no.
I was just about to tell Joe the story. I forgot. Because Brandon used to just, like, text me randomly.
Yes.
It was either at 3 a.m. in the morning or it was, like, 8 a.m. And, like, it was never the same thing. But one time we walked all the way up to Harlem from, like, the ferry. And then, like, we were in Harlem and we took that Metro North. But, like, Brandon would literally walk past people and then he'd get a message on Grindr. Like, we were in a train station with literally 0 people and, like, 2 cops. And I think, like, one of the cops started talking to Brandon.
I remember this. And
Brandon was, like, looking around the station. And it was literally just a cop in, like, the fucking, like, whatever shit you got to sit in kind of deal.
Sometimes, I just want pork. Like, can't you help it? You need some pig meat sometimes, if it's on the table.
Jeez.
I'm sorry for texting. Monica wants me to get her the Valentine's Day Nikes.
Oh, Monica.
Tell her
she's great.
I said hi.
Yes, I need to meet her one of these days. I absolutely need to meet her.
Monica's kind of like someone that you used to date, and then like she gets like awkward and like shy, so.
That just means we need like what is it called, like shock therapy?
Oh, you just gotta break into the bedroom and just
like don't tell her anything. Just one day I'll just break into your home. It'll be like a whole thing.
Oh, it's Brandon. It's Brandon. It's Brandon.
I'll buy you new locks. Don't
worry.
Yeah,
it's just like no, please don't break the lock. I literally had to replace it already.
It's okay. I got you.
I had to shave the wall down so it would fit. I had to get a completely new. Yeah,
that's some New York City ass shit.
Yeah,
that really is. That really fucking
just
is.
Make it fit.
Make it fit, exactly. You gotta spit on it first. You're a guy.
We fucking moved in and not a fucking thing was working. Christ.
And everyone wants to be here. Isn't that the great thing?
I
It's
know.
like a joke.
I know.
Like you go to other places. Like I went to Phoenix a couple years ago, and I was looking around at the apartments over there and shit. And I was like, oh shit, this is like $700, and you get a pool to yourself and like 3 bedrooms and all that shit.
Wow.
Well, it's in Phoenix, So it's like you can't. Put it
Yeah,
on
who wants to
Instagram.
go
Nobody
to
wants to know.
Phoenix in 100-degree weather and
fucking die out there with the old people?
I've heard Arizona's fucking hot. It's
hot.
fucking ridiculous.
It's fucking hot out
it's
there.
a desert, but it's beautiful. Like if you go out in those like weird mountain rock formations and all
Absolutely.
that shit.
They have like Flagstaff out there that's really fucking nice. Even the Phoenix area, like they got the deserts out there and shit with all the hiking trails and shit. I was out there like 2 years ago. Pretty fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Nice part of the country. Nevada is a little dead. But
Except
New
for
Mexico,
one
Arizona's cool.
specific spot.
But even that
Yes.
specific
Yes,
spot,
it's so
from my
big.
understanding, sucks.
Have
I
you
heard.
been to Las
I've
Vegas?
never been to Vegas.
You know,
I
you
heard
would
it's
love Vegas.
yeah,
You
but I've
would love
heard it's
Vegas.
so fucking superficial and
You'd be
shit.
so drunk.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, that definitely.
Like there's
Definitely.
just titties with fucking shots everywhere, and then it's like these girls come to you and they're like, "Oh, $2 shots." I'm like, "What?" Okay, have you been to fucking Vegas, Joe?
No.
Oh my God, we're going to Vegas.
We should do a group
We're going
chat.
to Vegas. Like, what do you mean, dude? Fucking so every corner has what's called like a Fat Tuesdays. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is. It's
That's the drinking place, right? With the wall of the
Yes.
spinning fucking things. Yeah,
Yes.
Fat Tuesdays is lit.
Fat Tuesdays is like dangerous because you can buy like 2 feet of alcohol. They give you like a lanyard because they know you're fucked up, but you're not gonna hold that shit. And you just go in there and fucking, they're like, "Oh, do you want another shot? It's $1, $2." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then everywhere you can smoke, everywhere you can fucking drink, it's like
Yeah.
liver damage.
Do you
That
remember?
was like in Atlantic City.
Oh, Atlantic City's fucking rough. That's what, you ever been on a cruise ship?
No, I wanna
The
go.
only
No.
place you can smoke is the casino. So like, even if you don't smoke, you smoked that
Yeah.
week you're on the ship. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
That's
I wasn't a big fan of the cruise ship because you
Straight
kind of feel
lung
fucking
cancer.
trapped the whole fucking time, you know. And like the room that I was in didn't have windows, so it's just pitch black. You wake up, you're like,
You know, you should have done. You should have took like a bunch of mushrooms
yeah,
and like made it worse.
just like family I don't even like that much. Just like fucking, just
Give
like
them mushrooms. Give everyone mushrooms. Just distribute it throughout the food in the entire cruise.
put it in the fry tin
And
in
then
the buffet.
It becomes who can survive the cruise ship.
Well, like supposedly they have like they have morgues and jail cells just in case.
Oh, you know, I've heard about
Because
that.
people
Yeah,
die
yeah.
on cruise ships. Because a lot of older people will ride them. So if they
Wow.
die, you can't go back. So they just put them in like a
roll
fridge.
them up
They
to
put
the
them in a
carpet.
fridge and they just fucking forget about it till they get back.
That's crazy.
And then the same shit with the jails. Like like you can murder someone on a cruise and like you have to wait till the cruise ship ends. You know, you have to wait till you're back in Bayonne,
they
New
have-
Jersey.
do they have
Do they wait for you to like? Do they give you at least a window to look out?
No, probably
No.
not. Supposedly, if you're a worker, like you're under the water. That's how shitty you are.
fucked up.
Like you're like
Wow.
if you have like a porthole, it's just like water, like just black
I'd be
abyss.
terrified.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's not my laugh right now.
Right?
No, that's fucked up. I never been on a cruise, but it looks like fun.
I feel like if you go with the right people, like my cousins and shit were having a blast, but I was just like this fucking broken person.
I
Just
worked
like-
with dude. I worked with a guy who worked cruise ships.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the stories that this guy told, like doing
Oh, people
cocaine
fuck.
with an Australian
people fuck all,
doctor,
like nonstop.
not people doing coke with an Australian doctor in the middle of the Amazon, fucking,
My kind of stuff.
just dude drinking, and this guy, I met this guy as an old man, right? Or what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
This dude looked 80 years old, but he was 60. That's years and years
I don't
of
know why I
just
thought you were
drinking.
gonna say like 13. I don't know.
No, years and years of drinking.
They do fucked up shit because they want to promote alcoholism. Like
Yeah,
it'll be
absolutely.
like there'll be like drink packages that you could tie to your room, and it'll be like $50 a day to unlimited
See, that's
alcohol.
fucked
Yeah.
up.
That's nuts.
I heard one story where they were boarding and they had this clown like to go on the cruise ship to entertain.
It's already great there was a
fucking clown. So the clown's friend was at the front of the ship and he just threw up like a bunch of a giant bag of weed on the ship, and he was at the front. He caught it.
The cloud is again.
That's smart as shit. Because
Yeah.
you went through customs already. You don't have to do a fucking thing.
Yo, if you want good drugs, probably the clouds know where to go.
The clown on the cruise ship. Look for the clown.
My promise to Monica is that I'm not gonna go on a cruise ship unless Paramore does another Parahoy, and that's like that'll get me on a cruise ship.
Okay.
That's what you need. That's what you need. That's a good
Yeah.
time. That's a good time.
I think everyone should do that. All artists
Go to
should do that.
Parahoy?
No, yeah, just
Oh.
get it. Just get a cruise ship. And be like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna perform on this
Fuck
every
it.
day.
Fuck it, I'll
you
do
know
it.
they have like festivals on cruise ships.
Mhm.
There's I
Yeah.
think one called something yacht, space yacht or something like that.
Oh, shit.
Or some shit. And some kid, I watched a video where some kid jumped off like the deck. Like he was like, "I'm on Molly, jump." I mean, it probably felt great. Like it looks like a great time.
Jesus.
A lot
Let's
of
go.
people,
Let's
a
do
lot of
it.
people go with like their wives and husbands, and they don't come back with them, kind of shit.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but like you'll have to prove it, kind of shit. You know, it's like I forgot. Like it was like, well, there was also the Italian guy. I don't know if you remember the Italian cruise ship. The guy drove it into the fucking. He drove it into the
yeah.
coast, and then he got on the lifeboat and drove away, and everyone in the cruise like died.
Wow.
Facts.
That took a
Facts,
turn.
man.
That took a really
Crash.
dark turn. Everyone died.
He crashed. No, not everyone, but people died. Like because they don't
This
know.
wasn't the one that capsized, was it?
Yeah, no, capsized,
so-
but like right off the coast of like Venice or
That's
something
awesome.
like that. The
Oh,
guy
so
like,
if you could swim, you could swim.
I'm
how
not
can
gonna
you
lie.
swim? And you're in the ship is underwater.
You go to the top and then you just swim.
Okay, where's the top? The ship's upside down.
Oh well,
Oh.
be ready.
You know, this didn't work out in
No,
Titanic.
yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
know.
gonna
Be
tell you that.
ready. I'd bring my bed out of my room and I put it on the deck and just sleep on the
But
deck.
you know what? If you're gonna go out in the water, I wouldn't trust nothing. I would bring like a set of balloons, like so I could like hold on to them. And be like, ah, you think you got me, motherfuckers?
I thought you were gonna be like an up, where you just float away.
See, that's a better idea. We're already
Yeah.
making better
Just
ideas.
more balloons
More-
than you think.
More balloons than you need. Like that's all you got, guys.
Don't buy them. Don't inflate them on the ship. Wait, and then you just inflate them as you're floating.
Oh, you
away.
find the cloud. He'll freaking make
Yeah.
something for you. See, we're making it come together here.
He's so talented. He made a whole boat.
You make a balloon animal. You'll be riding like a freaking balloon horse. Full
Get
of
the
his
clown.
nitrous.
The clown.
Where's the fucking clown?
the
Where's the
clown?
fucking clown?
We're getting out of here. Where's the fucking clown?
Listen, everybody. This is a PSA. If your cruise ship is sinking, find the clown.
Where's that fucking clown?
Secrets, facts, fam. Facts, fam.
Every I think
If
it's
you
like,
guys were trapped on an island, what would you bring?
Oh,
A clown.
a clown.
you have to bring. He has it. He has everything.
I'd fuck the clown. They'd find him dead. His asshole would be blown out. That's how they would find me. Like, they'd see the
Wasn't there a
clown's
clown?
dead
All you
body.
hear is like the honking in your stomach from the nose.
Turns me on.
Don't look under that pile of coconuts.
It's like Deliverance with the fucking pig squealing.
Okay, that's what I'm into. Those shoes.
They just
get me
see
hard.
Brandon like on a raft, but just paddling with his clown shoe.
It'll be his leg, his whole leg.
What happened to the
I need a
clown?
snack for later.
Where's this? I found this clown.
I found just clown supplies.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
It was just clown supplies.
Oh, would you fuck a clown, Joe?
Joe would fuck a clown.
Yeah,
fuck
why
the
not?
clown.
Yeah,
fuck
he'd
clown.
probably
Nice
fuck
lady
a clown.
I
You
love a
fuck the
good
clown.
sense of humor, you know.
Go straight to the source. Straight to the source. Oh,
He's probably nice, you know.
Yeah.
oh.
You know.
Most funny people are nice,
I guess
right?
we're gonna have to go on a cruise now and figure this all out.
or
Yeah.
Guys, we made a commitment
tormented
on this.
souls.
Tormented soul.
You gotta be a tormented soul to be a clown.
You said they're
I have seen a lot of sad pictures of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. I think someone should do something about that. There should be like an hotline, clown outreach.
Where did the term "tears of a clown" come from?
Tears.
Well, it's Palagacci the clown. That's that story, or is it a joke? I don't know. And like this guy goes to his therapist,
Mhm.
and he goes, "I'm really sad. Like I don't know what to do." And he's like, "Well, Palagacci the clown is in town this week. You should go visit him. He's hilarious. He'll make you laugh." And he's like, "I am the clown." And the therapist's like,
Wow.
Oh,
"Oh
fuck.
shit."
Oh God.
Damn.
God damn. Played himself.
Go see yourself.
All right, guys, we gotta go see some clowns. Are they bringing back the circus this year after this COVID shit is done?
I
We gotta
think
go.
I don't know if they got
Madison
PPP
Square
loans. I
Garden.
don't know if the clowns are coming back.
Are they getting stimulus checks?
Barnum and Bailey's was on their last legs before
Hey,
the COVID
you
started.
piece of shit, Biden. How about you give those clowns some stimulus?
Make America,
okay.
make America funny again. Bring
Make
the clowns
America
back.
funny again,
Bring the
bitch.
clowns back.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what happened is fucking The Dark Knight fucked up clowns forever.
Oh,
that's true.
Remember
That's
that guy
true.
just shot up a movie theater? He was like, we can never have clowns again.
That's true. They shot like a
Jeez, yeah.
Congress lady or something in that thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was like some like the Congress lady from I think Nevada or some shit.
Yeah.
She got fucking shot up and it was a whole thing and like I don't know, she probably banned clowns. There's probably a bill now in Congress. Ban this shit. Probably when they're fucking going out of business.
Fucking A.
Fucking hate clowns.
Disgusting.
Nah.
Like,
Get a
if you
real
think
job.
about it, like, clowns are a good example of, like, shit that didn't age well. Like,
Yeah, that's
along,
true.
like, generations of shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess, like, kids liked clowns at one point in history. And then, like, John Wayne Gacy and, like, the Joker and all that, like, fuck clowns up. And, like, now, I guess, today's society.
And
I
then a
guess
couple
that's
of
what-
years ago, there was those clowns that would just stand there.
Oh, they were just showing up in random places.
Oh yeah. You know, I was watching
Just
some YouTube
scaring
shit about
people.
I
that.
remember
Mhm.
people were saying, like, oh, it's because it's coming out. And then, like,
Uh-huh.
the people that were with it, we don't know who the fuck those people are.
That was like a really weird phenomenon, like in like rural places in America.
Yeah.
and
Yup.
shit. Like it was really, really fucking strange. Those fucking clowns with machetes popping out of high
Yeah.
schools and nonsense and all this shit. When you're bored, you know. That actually, it's funny if you think about it. Clowns are something that happened because nobody had the internet back in the day. So it's like people. This is what happens when you have porn and weed. Like
You gotta go to freak
you
shows
start,
and, like, carnivals and
yeah,
shit.
you start doing
Yeah.
weird, fucked up shit. Like
Bearded lady.
It's
You know
good
what's
that people shut up
fucking-
in their houses not talking to each other.
You know what's
sometimes.
fucked up? Shit that they used to do in like the 19th century. They used to have like post-mortem photo shoots.
Uh-huh.
So they used to like dress the body up and then like
Yeah.
put them in poses and have like a photo shoot with like a dead person.
And they would
Yeah.
have books of the dead.
Yeah.
That was like your family. Like, oh, look, you're two dead hand and shit. And like, what the fuck? Like, you show me
It's
that.
fucked
What the fuck is
up.
wrong with you? Like,
That's
goddamn.
crazy.
They used to have this is fucked up too. They used to have wet nurse photos. Have you heard of those? Where like the moms who couldn't fucking feed their kids from their titties, they would have the wet nurse, and the wet nurse would take care of the baby and suck on the tits, and then
Yeah.
they would have like photo albums of this, and it was like a thing. Like they would have like royalty be like, "This was your wet nurse. Look at this titty you sucking." It's like, the fuck. Again, go on the internet, watch porn, guys.
Yeah.
Like, come on. We don't need any of
See
that.
what capitalism does?
Yeah,
It's
this
fucking
fucking
evil.
Jesus
dirty capitalism. This is what Lenin was talking about.
The Bolsheviks were right.
The
God damn
Bolsheviks.
it.
Damn. represent.
Fucking unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Ugh. So
How's
the-
everyone been this past week? What's been going on?
What has been going on? I always have to think. I smoke so much weed nowadays.
There was just a Super Bowl and that was it. That's,
Oh, yes,
that's
there
life
was
of
a Super Bowl.
COVID.
Yeah. Fucking. I'm too gay to know who won. I think it was the Chiefs, right?
No, it was Tom Brady.
Oh,
won
it was
again.
Tom. Oh, that piece of shit. Oh, yeah, we were talking about it,
Yeah.
Joe. Yeah. Tom
kisses
Brady. I was
his
actually
kids.
fucking mad at him. I was like, you left the Patriots. What's wrong with you? Like, sus. That's sus.
Sus.
You didn't even go with your boys. Like, god damn. I don't know who
Imagine
you
going
are.
to Tampa.
Imagine
Yeah, I want to
Tampa's
move it. I want to
disgusting.
move to fucking Tampa like an
Ma-
idiot.
From Massachusetts, the best place.
Unbelievable.
Ugh.
You know how nice the fucking fall is in Massachusetts?
They got Harvard. Those
I was
smart
gonna
people.
deal with fucking
Those are
meth
good people.
addicts.
Yeah, they got smart people and racism.
And racism.
Bro, there's like some crazy stat that like the median like income of a black male in Boston is like $7 an hour or some fucking
Really?
sick shit. That's how like the wage disparity in Boston
That's
and like
fucked
Massachusetts
up.
is fucked.
Really?
But it's
I
like one
would
of those
not wear
cities that like because it's the north, people are like, we're not like
It's
Alabama.
fine.
Yeah, we're not racist up here just because we're not in the South. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Low key West Virginia with a Harvard. Fucked up. Fucked up.
Yeah.
So Boston's a nice city, though.
I
gotta
heard it's
say.
gorgeous, yeah.
I went up there a couple of years ago. It's the most walkable city in America.
Oh,
Honestly.
really?
Good people, and it's like a giant museum. It's kind of like going to like DC or something
Yeah.
like that, where like everywhere you walk, it's like, oh, Ben Franklin was here.
They
oh,
have,
George
yeah, they have
Washington
a
fucked
ton
somebody
of
here. It's like-
history there.
Yeah. It's actually super clean too, but you know, it's probably for all the gentrification, white people nonsense. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys know.
They gentrify the white people in Boston, which is
They-
kind of wild. I
they
don't know how the
gentrified
fuck they
the
did
white
that.
people.
They're trying to do that in this neighborhood, but I don't think it'll ever happen.
Bay Ridge is weird.
You know what it is I think a lot of people own.
Mm-hmm.
So then they're not really going anywhere unless like, cause like even you look at Long Island, people are like running away, and like a
Yeah.
lot of people in the city are moving to Long Island. So you'll see like a house being sold for like $500,000 in Long Island, and
Yeah.
like gone the next day because like people are running away from the city. But like in this area, you don't see people selling really at
No.
all. Like you'll see like one or two houses, but like they might be on the market a long time.
Yeah.
The really sad thing that happened in Ridge is fucking on 86th Street. There's like nothing on 86th Street anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
the
I feel like
only
that's
thing.
well, it was bound to happen, but I feel like
Yeah.
COVID was just like the last
The
straw.
final straw
Yeah,
that-
like Century 21 out of nowhere.
TJ Maxx fucking.
Well, you
went
know
out
what
and
I found out is
what?
Century 21 owned the building for TJ Maxx,
Yes,
and then they were
yes.
like, "All right, you can't have a you can't have a store either."
Such bullshit.
Yeah,
But
and
you
then
know what? They're gonna end up
Modell's.
selling to somebody else.
Yeah,
And
I
then
hope
fucking
they-
they'll have something else come there.
I hope they don't get rid of the Greek place on the corner.
What Greek place?
There's a Greek.
really tiny one?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
right on.
that
Fourth.
place is really good.
That place is fucking good. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. Because they even got they got rid of what was that place across the cafe? That's like a kebab place now on 85th and 4th.
Mocha Cafe.
86th and 4th.
Something,
Yeah,
something.
Mocha, I think, or something.
Cafe.
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 There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
was more by
No, it was on 86th Street and 4th, right there. That was that corner, right next to 86 Noodle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now it's a kebab place. There's like 15 kebab places in like that area.
Yeah, but you know, even
Yeah.
down on 3rd, they got a bunch of new stores. Now, I don't know. Bay Ridge has like a good backbone. I don't know what the fuck it is about Bay Ridge, but it fucking is resilient. I think, but you know what? It feels like sometimes they want Park Slope to like come through to here and like go over Sunset Park.
Yeah.
One day, I'm sure it'll happen.
Well, I've been seeing Sunset Park because it's De Blasio's like plan is they're like gentrifying the shit out of Sunset Park.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that live in Sunset Park, so I don't know where the fuck they're gonna go. They're just gonna keep like getting pushed out and
Yeah.
out and out and out, and they're
But
gonna
like
go to a
out
different.
to where?
Yeah, we're gonna go East New
Park
York.
Slope, Bay
They
Ridge.
can't go to Park Slope. You got
No.
people that try to sell Prospect Park West like it's a different area, even though it's just like
not.
people
It's
get
fucking
fucking robbed at that area. But Sunset Park, they have like Industry City
Oh, yeah,
is
Mr.
huge,
Shea,
and then they want to convert like another one of those like factory buildings into like a made in New York film studio, like a
Oh,
massive
cool.
like 3 block.
But it's
thing.
like all of that surrounds the federal fucking prison.
Yeah, isn't that fucking weird?
You know what's weird is those fucking prisoners are allowed to like walk out and like smoke cigarettes and shit. Like they're allowed to go for walks and stuff. Like one day I
While
think
you're
my sister,
shopping at Micro Center.
yeah, my sister was like, she either went to Bed Bath and Beyond or she went to Costco with my
Mhm.
parents, and then she was like looking around, and all of a sudden she just sees like a dude with an orange jumpsuit just smoking a cigarette like right outside. And she's like. They're like, oh yeah, because they're all like fucking people that kind of paid their way to get into like a fluffy kind of prison.
I can't. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's where all like the rich people go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You hear
Isn't
about
that
like
where El Chapo was?
no,
No?
El Chapo went to the fucked up one. He
Oh,
went to
okay.
the one in the city. There's
Who
that.
went to the good
The
one?
one on Center Street?
Yes.
Yeah.
The one like
One
that
Epstein
you don't
was in?
really know is there.
Uh-huh.
That's where El Chapo was. They
Yeah.
only have like 10 people in there kind of shit. Yeah, that's where Epstein didn't kill himself. Yeah.
Facts, man.
They only have 10 people. He definitely didn't kill himself.
Bro, did you see his roommate? His roommate looks like his roommate is fucking massive.
It was like a giant Russian
Yeah.
guy. It was like, what the fuck?
Yo.
They were
Yo,
like-
you know that they put him in there just to make it look like that. Like,
Yeah.
that guy was probably a sweetheart. He was like, I'm not touching that fucking dirty pedophile.
Bro.
Like,
They said his neck was like snapped in half. How the fuck did he hang himself?
they had a ninja come in. They hired somebody from Japan. A real samurai to do the job.
Like supposedly like one guy was asleep. Like, how are you a security guard and you're just sleeping? You only have to watch over 5 fucking people. How'd you fuck that
Bro,
up?
Wait,
I'll
I'd
bar
love
it
to
out.
know if that guy got fired. If he, like,
No, this is the U.S. government. You don't get fired.
Yeah, you just go on paid leave.
Yeah, exactly.
fucking A.
But I don't know if they were contractors, they probably just got fired and fucking.
What do you guys think was going on with the Epstein shit? Like facts. Like, what do you think that was?
What do I think? What it was? It was. They got caught with their pants down. You know, they finally got a guy that they knew about for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's just that I don't know, right time, right place, and they finally put him in jail. Supposedly they went in his house, and he had like diamonds and like
Yeah, yeah,
passports and like IDs and shit for like
Yeah.
5 different countries.
Yeah.
But when the weird shit comes in is like when you find out that he has ties to like multiple national governments.
Yeah.
And like. It's like, well, why was he with Mossad? And then you're like, why was he with like the KGB too?
Yep.
And then like,
And then you look at, like, what he did, and it's like,
Have you guys listened to like any Eric Weinstein or any of his
No.
podcasts? By himself? You guys would love Eric Weinstein. He's like a philanthropist and like a mathematician.
Yeah.
He does like hedge fund management and stuff like that. But he has a lot of crazy like political theories about like what is going on with that. Check him out. But he really believes like that we tripped over some kind of CIA like superstructure.
yeah,
That like they find, like you said, they got caught with their pants down and they had to fucking take out this guy because they were probably they're probably in there trying to fuck up people in the science community,
Yeah.
in the political community, take advantage of them later, all this bullshit. I fucking believe
because if
that.
you look at the books that like the people that were going there, then you can argue they could have just been hanging out with the cool guy Jeffrey Epstein,
yeah.
Elon Musk, Bill Gates, the guy that created Simpsons was
Yeah.
there. Politicians like fucking Bill Clinton, Trump was hanging out with them in the 90s. You had people from fucking Saudi Arabia, people
Yeah.
from Israel, people from England, like all these fucking people. Like even his madam Giselle Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell, yeah.
Yeah, her father was like arrested for being a double agent for the KGB, and
No
he was like in
way.
Parliament in England, and he got in a lot of
And
trouble
he,
too.
He owned like some big newspaper company,
Yeah.
some news company.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
No, you see, that's why I think like all these fucking things are just intertwined, and the way they present themselves.
It's
is
this.
however-
Everybody sits at the same table, you know.
Absolutely,
Especially when you
absolutely.
get to a certain point, and then like, I don't know. It's like it's kind of like the same shit that happened with the GameStop situation. Is just like
Ugh.
it's like people kind of like started finding out about it, and then they're like, oh well, now you're not gonna anymore. This is the last time you get to fucking see this shit.
That was crazy fucking last week. All this GameStop shit at AMC.
I know.
Yeah.
I bought
I
like
know.
$200 worth of AMC. I lost 100.
I got $30 at AMC.
There you
I
go,
can't
there you
fucking- I'm just waiting for it to go. As soon as I get $1 on that,
Joe's on that
sold.
sundial right now, fucking growing.
What the
Hell
fuck
yeah.
is Sundial?
That's fucking.
It's a Canadian grower of marijuana.
Oh yeah, I gotta get in one of
Yo,
those
do you
companies.
know? Have you guys heard about ShrewCoin?
No, what is that? Is that another bit like
It's gonna be a decentralized currency to buy psychedelics and cannabis stocks.
and that's the only thing you could use it for?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's kind of like away from like all the government systems and
Yeah.
regulation, all that crap. So I don't know, guys. Like fucking to all the people who are listening, buy that psychedelic stock.
Speaking of like decentralized,
and by Dogecoin.
no,
Dogecoin.
don't buy Dogecoin. You're gonna lose your money,
No, you're
bro.
not.
I remember in like
Joe
we were
believes.
in like high school and Bitcoin was like just being talked
Yeah.
about, and people were like, "Oh, this is fucking cool." You know, you can either get a rig and you can mine it yourself, or you could just fucking buy it when it wasn't really that expensive. It was just sketchy because you had to meet a guy in like a parking lot with like a USB, and then like. Now it's just like something that people trade with stocks, you know, like people were buying like hitmen with Bitcoin, you know, and then like
I said a post to Joe the other day. What was it about the girl who was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have bought all those Molly rocks with the Bitcoin. I would be a millionaire." Right?
And there was the old post that came up about a guy who was like, "I'll give anyone 10,000 Bitcoin if you could just give me 2 pizzas. Like I don't care if you make them at your house or if you get it from another place and deliver it to me. I will give you 10,000 Bitcoin." Whoever has that pizza Bitcoin,
he's living.
I found out one pizzeria was letting this one guy because I guess he had like the setup so he could just create Bitcoin. Like I forgot how like the fucking system works, but it's like a computer. Yeah, it's like a computer program. So you just sit there and like it's like code or something like that. And like,
I'm an IT person. I don't even understand it.
Yeah, Shu explained it once to me, and I was just like, I'm not retaining that. Yeah, Shu's the reason why Bitcoin's falling now too, just because he moved. He had to move out.
Why?
But yeah, there's like one pizzeria that like just accepted it from this one guy, so they had like a lot of Bitcoin, and then out of nowhere they just started fucking shooting up. And then like there was some crazy shit with like apparently like North Korea set up like camps to like mine Bitcoin, and that's why like it started going up in like 2015 or 2016.
What? No
yeah, and then
way.
it started going down because people found out about the prison camps.
I can't. I fucking can't.
Yeah.
Oh, Kim Jong Un, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Kim Jong Un.
Thanks.
He has such good haircuts.
Such a fucking good haircut.
Shout out
Guy's clean.
to the legend for fucking dying and then coming back to life and then dying again. Then
I
his
thought
sister.
He was dead. Yeah, his sister.
Oh yeah.
They were like,
when his
"She's
sister
worse."
started showing up in public, I was like,
this
fucking
lady,
killed that motherfucker. She killed him.
You look at her, you know she's evil. I wouldn't fuck with her. Him, I would chill with her. I'd be like, I'll have a beer with him. Her, I don't want anything to do with her. Absolutely not.
Unbelievable.
I'm fucking believable.
You can't trust anybody, not even your fucking sister.
Not even your fucking sister.
He got remember.
He's not in
my
North
sister.
Korea.
Remember when Kim Jong Un got his brother killed?
Yes,
That shit. Do you know that story?
Yeah,
that shit
yeah.
was fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
That was the funniest thing ever. They convinced 2 girls there was a prank show, and they blew poison into the guy's face, and he died. Then they're like
Fucking
arrested.
G.
They got arrested, and they're like, "You just murdered someone." And they're like, "What?"
What do you mean?
No, this is a hidden camera show.
This is a hidden camera show.
And they're like, "Are you fucking stupid?" Like, yeah, they just gave us powder, told him to throw it in this guy's face, and they were filming us over there.
Oh, did you see that guy in Russia right now? The guy who was opposing Vladimir Putin.
The
The
90th
opposition
person
party?
that's gonna get murdered.
Yeah, he
He's
survived. Apparently, they poisoned his ass and freaking. I don't know if he's still alive. We should check up on that.
I remember, and I don't even know how this is possible, but in Russia, we're fucking all over the place, and I love it. In Russia, there was one like journalist that would like oppose Putin, and he used to write like unsavory articles about him and critique him, and they tried to poison him, and like the poison like dyed his face blue.
Oh my god!
And like he was like permanently had a blue face, and like that became like a protest movement. They used to like paint their faces blue because this fucking guy got poisoned.
Oh my god!
It's crazy
The
over
Russian
there.
people living
Bro,
different.
Russia is basically what America is gonna be in like fucking 20 years.
Facts,
It's just like
facts.
just like rich people just like own everything.
I don't like what you said.
I don't like. He was triggered.
Yeah.
Oh, now we need a trigger button.
Like
guys.
imagine if Donald Trump like had the ability to murder people. Like he got like federal police to beat the shit out of an entire street of people just so he could take a photo in front of a church with the Bible. But like if Trump had like technically he murdered an Iranian general with the drone strike just because he didn't like him.
Like, I don't like this guy. Woke up. He's feeling
We're
pissed.
so fucking lucky Iran doesn't have like the capabilities to declare war on America, even though they're getting closer to it.
They do have the capabilities to put an arrest warrant out on Donald Trump, though.
Yeah. Good on them.
Lock
Someone
him
has to
up.
do it.
Lock him up.
Someone has to do it.
How do you guys feel about this impeachment crap?
I don't think that the Republican Party is gonna, or anybody in the Republican Party is gonna like actually vote to impeach him.
I don't think so either. I think they're gonna try to protect the party as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though they were saying like, and everybody, even like American citizens, were saying like, this is not the same Republican Party. I don't subscribe to it no more.
Yeah, well, I think that's the really interesting thing is that there's no Republican Party anymore. It's become the party of Trump and the elite corporatist Republicans.
If you want to really make the argument, you can go all the way back to Reagan and say like the
yeah,
Republican Party
Mhm.
genuinely like what
Very
their
true.
ideals is that like the home family and like small government kind of shit. But it failed, and
It
like
failed.
they've been lying, and they just fucking keep putting people that like are just corporate chills
Yeah.
in the office, and they run on the like I work with my hands fucking bullshit, you know, and like that's their campaign. You know, they don't fucking promise
kind of like
anything.
Mitt Romney now, which is
Yeah,
really
which is
fucking
even
weird.
that's fucking
Like-
terrible. That's a terrible guy to fucking. I remember like the Trump presidency is so like rotten, like because it's like rotten in terms of image. Because like in what happened, like not much really happened. Shit
No.
happened during the presidency that's been happening for years. You know, like the shit at the border. Obama was putting people in
Oh, yeah.
cages. You know, just Trump just didn't let them go out.
Trump was just mean.
yeah,
That's what
he
just
had,
wasn't
he
a
had
nice
mean
guy.
tweets, you know, like, and then like, oh, he is a fascist, but like, what is it? What are we gonna do with it? Like, what does it mean? All right,
You know, I think that's the thing. He just continued certain policies. Because, I mean, if you
Yeah.
look, I mean, you know, I felt very jaded by Obama in a lot of ways because I thought he was going to do a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the country, I guess. And then, you know, you look at the policies and you're like, wait a second. You're fucking me too, my man. What
yeah,
the
you
fuck?
know,
And so, I mean, Trump kind of continued a lot of those policies, did a little worse things in some ways. But I don't know. I just feel like people need to realize, like, there's no real parties anymore.
Yeah.
It's I think also it's the problem that the world has changed. Like these corporations, especially, like they have so much power that it's like, do you really have parties if there's all this money influence and all that kind of crap? And I think like it's funny because you talk to older people. Like I talk to my dad. He loves Donald Trump. Loves the guy. Fucking thinks he's the Messiah.
who could have predicted that?
I'm like, dude, you're Puerto Rican. Like, what are you doing? Like, my dad's like, no, alhamdulillah, I'm white. Like, I refuse to live in a Puerto Rican neighborhood. But it's like, dude, like, don't you like? I tried to explain to him what Google was the other day, and I think he almost died. Like, he couldn't figure out. He's like, what do you mean? They're like a government power. I'm like, dude, so they own everything, and like they consolidate that power, and they use other countries to make that power more secure in America. And he was like, I don't understand. You're freaking me out. I was like, I know. It's okay. Just sit down. It's
Because if you think about it, you look back in times, because like corporations, like we've made it easier for them to do what they do.
Yeah,
They don't have
absolutely.
to like take over a country. Like Chiquita Banana, like took over all of the islands and like enslaved people just so we could have fruit, you
Yeah.
know. And like today, it's like I don't know. Like there was one point Pepsi had like a navy. Like it's like all this crazy fucking shit.
Neo-colonialism.
Yeah.
Yo, Nestle owns like a bunch of water.
Bro, Nestle
Apparently,
owns
like,
the
they're evil.
water in the Midwest. You have people in Flint that can't even shower in the water because it's so fucking
They're hoarding
toxic.
water.
And then
That actually like happened.
yeah,
I
They-
remember
you know what they
when
do?
the CEO of Nestle was like, I want to do that. I didn't know it actually
happened.
you know what they
happened.
do?
It happened.
Nestle bottles the clean water, which Flint has a
Mhm.
ton of. They bottle the fucking fresh water that they have in Michigan, and they sell it throughout the entire world. While people in Flint and other cities in Michigan, not just Flint, it's not only Flint. There's a bunch of cities like this where they have these dilapidated fucking pipelines, and infrastructure that hasn't been changed since like the fucking 1920s and the boom and work in the Midwest. And then that's why there's fucking like all these fucking
Yeah.
chemicals and minerals that are fucking poisonous to us in this water, you know? And you have Obama just going to Flint and pretending to drink the water just so they can
Ridiculous.
fucking go back and act like nothing's wrong, you know?
You
It's
know,
disgusting.
I think like one of the things I'm noticing more and more, especially as we get into like the 2010s, is that it feels like globalization has taken such an effect that it's almost like you have the United States of the world now.
Yeah.
Where it's like back in the day, they used to be like, oh, Detroit makes a lot of manufacturing things, and you know, New York does finance and all that. Where now it's like, no, China is the state that does a bunch of manufacturing things. America is like the New York now, in
Yeah.
a sense, and it's like kind of this thing where people are led to they don't understand how fast it's happened, so they haven't caught up mentally, I feel like. So they think it's an old political structure, but what's really going on is that the world has become one global community that relies on the entire unit of itself. And there's not, and we still, it's weird though, because we still have all these like subcultures and like national cultures that kind of, you know, there hasn't been enough transition period from one generation to the next to acclimate people to the fact that we now have a global community. And I don't think we're being honest about that fact either.
Yeah.
So people are kind of freaking out, and that's why I think they just push for like nationalism and all these other kind of things.
Yeah.
But it's because I think people just aren't aware of how much the world has changed, because we have certain people that grew up with the internet, like us,
Yeah.
who kind of understand what's going on for the most part, and then our parents and grandparents who are just completely obliterated to what's really going on right
They
now.
were all like, don't believe everything you read on the
Yeah.
internet, to they literally believe everything
Yeah.
that they read on it.
I got sent
My
a
dad
video.
watches Newsmax. Like, what the
Newsmax is
fuck?
ridiculous.
That's
I got
fine.
sent a video of someone who said that they got the COVID vaccine and she was just fucking shaking, but she was like this. Like she's like, I got the first COVID vaccine,
I'm ascending.
and this has been my This has been my symptoms ever since
Put a wee-wee
receiving
pad
it.
under
And
her.
it's just like people like, God bless her.
God
I hope
bless
she.
her.
I hope they heal her. I hope God has her now.
Yo, I saw people during the election. There was like a video of all these people who were praying outside of the election houses. They're like, God, let Trump win, please, please. Fucking bowing down. I was like, yo.
Remember when they were like predicting Biden to win and they showed up in Philly and told them to stop counting? But like
Yes,
Biden
yes.
was winning already. They're like banging on the walls. Let us in. Stop the count. Stop counting.
They were like, "Yo, look, that fake votes," and they got a guy to go around, and they were like, "Hey, so what do you have in the back of your van?" And he's like, "Camera equipment."
Camera equipment. Ugh,
That's what's so crazy about
it's
the
kind of so
internet.
fucked.
Yeah, it's so informative, but it's like had the adverse effect
Yeah.
on everybody, you know?
You know, I was reading an article of this guy Tim Berners-Lee. He's actually the guy who like created the www dot like whole
The
protocol.
World Wide Web.
And he was saying, like, he had an interview with like CNN or something. He was like, "I'm so sorry. I did not know what was gonna happen."
And then he said he was gonna create a whole new one.
yeah.
How the fuck are you going to do that? What are you going to just forget? We're just going to burn the evidence? Burn the yeah, get Shoe to move again.
Get
It'll
Shoe to
fall
move.
apart.
That's what we did. We're just waiting for Shoe to move, guys. Just so you know.
Everything is going to be fixed. It's his fault. We need a
Lord
reset.
Shoe. You know, me and Shoe used to get drunk at Dave's house, and freaking, I would call. He'd be like, "I am General Mao," and we would sit there and like talk bad communism and shit. It was hilarious, and he'd be like, "I'm so glad I left China." He told me all about like some village he came from and some. Shoe's had a crazy life.
Yeah.
Shoe's had a crazy life.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so proud of the kid.
He moved like right before they got internet in his village, or like something fucked up. Like it was like they chose the worst time to move.
He
It was
didn't-
like
he didn't have to
shit
leave.
started working out as soon as his family left.
Made it harder. Oh well, he probably moved from there and something else occurred. You know?
Oh
where
yeah,
that's-
he's had a fucked
he
up
made
childhood.
something else happen.
Yeah, it was his fault. That's
It
why
was
it
his
all got.
fault.
Shoe
His
moved.
fault. Every
Shoe
time he
moved, and
moves.
it fucking everything
Shoot,
started
what did
working
you
out.
move? We got to figure this one out. What did you change that time? On to you, see?
He's so secretive.
Big Calama investigations.
He is secretive.
You know, we should make this a detective podcast.
The Detective Calama. Detective Calama on the
The
scene.
squid needs a nice little detective hat. I was telling Joe earlier, I was like, you know, it's funny that you guys named the show after like a squid and all that, so Calamar, and like I'm Lord Cthulhu, as Joe has called me for many fucking years. So it's the big squid is here, guys.
The big squid.
Yeah.
It all came full circle. I knew that name for a
It
reason.
literally started because Action Bronson posted a photo on Instagram that we thought was hilarious.
It's this photo right
Yeah.
here. You know, I was wondering what this was. I was like, what is this thing?
He brought stuffed Calama to the gym, and we were like, "That's the funniest fucking thing
That
I've ever
looks
seen."
Fucking delicious.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yes, and-
God bless Action Bronson.
Absolutely.
bless him.
Bunch of fans.
Respect. Yeah, hungry now. Fuck.
Oh, excuse me.
So what made you guys start this podcast? Actually, I never heard the first.
We've
story of that.
been wanting
Oh
to.
my gosh, what is this?
So me and Joe have been talking about starting a podcast for what, like fucking 10 years now?
Yeah.
My whole heart. My
And you
whole
gotta
heart.
thank Monica.
Oh, Monica, I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
Brandon's
Monica.
digging into Monica's brownie.
Absolutely. Oh, some chocolate love.
She was asking me before. She's like, "Should I wrap up the brownie? You want me to put it away so it doesn't go bad?" I was like, "It's not gonna last the rest of the night.
This looks
It's
delicious.
just not gonna make it."
See, that's a keeper right there.
Oh, I love
Makes
her.
you
To death.
brownies?
I'm gonna marry Monica in a heartbeat.
Aww. Mark, I'm so happy.
I'm just fucking poor.
Your 20s.
These twenties have been rough. I lost a full year to a
Oh
fucking
my
disease.
god, Monica. Monica, you just fucked me up. This is delicious. Oh my god. No, you know, I'm marrying Monica.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I just came back and we're taking all your shit.
That's a fucking.
First day in the apartment. You take
First
I
your
know,
girl,
right?
your
The
brownie.
one day I'm fucking going back to work and I go back. What the fuck is this?
Oh, Brandon stopped by.
You're not even doing anything. He's just eating fucking cupcakes. Some fucking bullshit.
She got a nice mixer over there.
Yeah, right?
She's professional.
Oh yeah, she's the real deal.
So
Like that's not a mix. That's for real.
Yeah, I think she got a recipe
This is like, last delicious. minute
and made it. I think she put Nutella in it, like some crazy shit.
I
She's
saw
good.
a big industrial sized bucket of Nutella.
Yeah, Bagel Boy has got a big one because they put a new thing on the menu called like a Nutty Valentine, which is just Nutella on a croissant, basically. It's
I
fucking
saw
good.
yesterday in Williamsburg, there's some bakery out there. where you can get a panettone with Nutella
Oh
inside.
fuck.
And I was like,
That
we should
sounds
go out
really
there.
good.
Yeah.
You get a matcha panettone or some shit. I don't know. Those crazy white people in freaking Williamsburg. They're great.
I miss
God bless 'em.
Williamsburg. I
I haven't been there in a while.
I went for Monica's birthday because me and her really like Ichiran, so we went for her birthday and had dinner. But like other than that, like what the fuck's there?
Have you been to the rooftops up there? They got
Nah.
the Viceroy Hotel. It's really fucking nice up there. It's cool. You know, you should bring her. I don't know if they saw the skating rink up there on the top of the roof.
Oh shit, we
And you have
did
the whole city.
Wow.
Mm,
you
it's
know
cute.
Pier 17. We ice skated there.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
fun. That place
Nice.
is really nice. Have
Hell
you
yeah.
ever been to Pier
I
17?
can't go ice skating.
Why not?
I just it doesn't work.
Just
It
you don't
doesn't
have to
work.
you don't have to skate. You could go to a rink. You don't
I
have to
know
pay
that.
to
I
be
know
there.
I could go there, but what's the use going there if you're not gonna skate?
You don't have to pay. You could fucking sit there and have a hot
Spend
chocolate.
time with your friends.
Okay, I'll do that. But like,
We'll bring your
skating?
daughter on the ice and then make sure she's okay.
I went skating recently.
It's fucking hard. You don't realize
It's
how hard
hard.
it
It
is.
is hard.
It
That's why I
is.
can't do it.
I fell a couple times. I learned how to walk on the ice, though. I was very proud of myself.
Oh,
You
yeah?
just stomp like a man.
I remember, yeah, I was a little kid, but they took us to like an ice skating rink, and like I just wanted to get the hell off the ice because I couldn't skate, and I wasn't. They wanted me to do the chair, and I tried the chair thing. I would always fall. It just doesn't.
Sounds
I
like you're
won't
just a
take it
quitter.
unless it's a penguin.
I remember.
I see that. This is funny.
It was just a nightmare.
Sounds like a quitter to me.
Wow.
But yeah, Williamsburg kind of sucks now because it's not like those young people that like moved from Ohio are now just like old people from
Yeah.
Ohio with like families and
Mhm.
like they're not like the artsy like kid with tattoos on his neck.
No.
It's just like he's like a financial advisor and like it's kind of like what the hippies did and like
Yeah.
it's just what that like they did the same fucking thing. They're just like a little bit younger.
I noticed that a lot of people from Cali also have like been moving here and stuff, especially
Oh,
in
yeah.
those areas, and like they're bringing like bad gentrification. Like I don't know, have you guys been to Cali at all?
I've actually never
No.
been.
Yeah, but Cali's fucked up. It's beautiful, but it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Like I don't know, there's people moving to Austin now, Denver, Phoenix, also. Like, and I don't know, it's because Hollywood's fucking falling apart. Like I don't know, all the comedians have left fucking
Yeah.
LA and all this shit.
Yeah, but they're all
too.
going to Texas.
Yeah,
they're
all
going to
Austin.
where they can perform shows. That's
Yeah.
really what it is.
I
Yeah.
think Joe Rogan's gonna start like a ranch or something.
Yeah,
a
some shit
comedy
like that.
ranch.
Probably
Fuck yeah.
just exactly like what Dave Chappelle did.
What did he do?
He has his farm in Ohio.
Oh,
His
really? I
whole
didn't
big
fucking
farm.
know that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or well, I'm not sure. It's either his property or like somebody else's that like he
He
cleared
moved-
out a space in a cornfield and they set up a whole thing and he would invite. That's where he ended up getting COVID from Elon Musk and Grimes
That's awesome.
and shit like that. But
Good
he
people
would
to get
invite
COVID
people.
from.
He would invite people to come out.
Yeah, when all
and
this shit
perform.
with Comedy Central and he got fucked over out of like millions of dollars, he went to Africa first and everyone said he was on crack. But then he moved to Dayton, Ohio, and he kind of like just lived a recluse life where like people didn't really recognize him too much.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Hell yeah.
But supposedly he owns like a bunch of property and he rents it out like super cheap to like businesses.
Yeah.
And supposedly he's like a great guy.
Oh,
out there.
he's helped a bunch of
Yeah,
businesses.
yeah,
out
he's
where
awesome.
lived, yeah.
You know, that makes sense, though, that Joe probably has opened that ranch because they're really, really good friends, those two.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
Well, because like, why would you pay the fucking ridiculous taxes in California for people you don't even really like?
No,
so you move to
absolutely not.
Texas because like, you got your fucking family. That's all really you care about. Move to
Yeah.
Texas. You know, it's just funny seeing like the Silicon Valley people moving to cities because this is what happened with Seattle.
Mhm.
It's like a bunch of like lanyard fucking wearing losers just moved to Seattle, but they're fucking rich as shit, so they bought everyone out. So now like all these fucking dudes in like bands and like these bartenders and like artists, they all got fucking kicked out because these fucking kids with lanyards.
Yo, San Francisco's crazy because like that's all Silicon Valley, and it's like weird because like okay, so I went there like last year, and I went to this cafe where there was a robot working, and I was like, this is amazing. And then
Wow.
I had a robot make my coffee. I was feeling good. I felt like I was in the future, like I was in the Jetsons. I was like, amazing.
Yeah.
I came out. And I saw a group of crackheads. I believe they were crackheads. Let me not be too specific. They opened up a toolbox full of crack, and they were just smoking little crack rocks and shit. And I was like,
So they were crackheads.
I was like, you know, I don't know if they're smart. Maybe they mix the meth with the crack or something like that.
That would be smart. It's efficient.
It's efficient.
It's a very
yeah.
efficient way to
Yeah.
do your crack and meth.
To them at the same
Yeah,
time.
San Francisco is a crazy city because like it's like half the time you see people talking about like my stocks and what technology I'm building
Yeah.
and movers and shakers and then it's crackheads but they're very nice crackheads I
Oh,
have to
okay.
say, very good people. So
I heard
fucked up.
I heard the homeless in San Francisco are violent because like like homeless
I'm
people
sure.
they're just fucking innocent people that like are down on their lucks, you know.
Mhm,
They're just trying to fucking survive, you know, like they're afraid to sleep so someone doesn't fucking stab them at night. But supposedly San Francisco, the guys will just fucking start swinging at you because you're like walk on the same side of the street as them.
No, fucking California homeless people are like different type of homeless people.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's gotten so bad over there. Like, fucking, it's seriously like Mad Max out there right
Shit.
now. Like, fucking, I think I heard like Duncan Trussell talking about this. I think with Joe actually, and he was saying fucking. I'm sorry, not you, Joe Rogan. Fucking, but yeah,
I was speaking to Duncan
I was
Trussell.
speaking to Duncan Trussell recently. But yeah, he was speaking to Joe Rogan, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I had to leave because fucking I was at Echo Park, and some homeless crackhead came after my kid, and I just didn't know what to do. Like, what the?" But it's all true. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to God. It's, different type people.
Because it's not like you're condemning him because he's homeless. It's just like he's fucking.
He
in
just came out of
detriment.
the Mad Max dimension
Yeah.
and tried to kill a child. You know.
Yeah. Speaking of Duncan Trussell, fuck Ben Shapiro really quick on this.
I do not like Ben Shapiro at all. I do not like that guy. That guy makes me uncomfortable, honestly. Here, Joe, you can have this.
He fucking
You want some brownie? There you
Eat some
go.
brownie, Joe. There you go. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm just gonna take one of the hearts.
Those are good too. There's a heart full of hearts right behind you too, next to the whiskey bottle.
Oh
if
my
you want.
God, Monica gave you so many hearts. That's so sweet.
She's a cutie.
I need to meet this girl. You know, Mark, I remember when you didn't have a girl and you were like, oh, I need a girlfriend and all this shit. I'm so proud of you that you found a nice girl.
It was a shit. It was a shit show. It was a fucking. I was surviving out on the streets before.
I'm very proud. Look what you got. You built a little nest.
Just living on the
here.
streets before I met Monica. Jesus.
I love it. I love
Bro,
it.
when we were like 19, it was rough. It was just a rough time.
We were rough
for like
kids.
all of us. None of us had a good
No one
fucking
knew
like
what the fuck was
moment.
going on.
Yeah.
I was telling Joe, I seen Jordan, I don't know his last name.
Jordan from where? High school?
From Severian.
From Joe's group of friends or from just from Severian?
No, from Severian. He's like
Was
he's
it
Puerto Rican kid. God,
Oh.
what is his name? Gonzalez? Maybe Gonzalez, Garcia, something like that. Fucking
I don't even know.
Yusef's friend.
I don't even know who Yusef is.
I remember Yusef.
Fucking Joe, you would know him. Well, one of these kids from Severian, and we were talking about like what we used to do back in the day. And it's like as I become an adult, I'm realizing how not normal our like teenage years were, our young adult years.
What
like,
is it?
we
Remember
doing
how
some
like
fuck
like
shit.
like fucking Bay Ridges is like all these. We were the problem.
We were the
Rich.
problem. Like in New York
He brought this
City,
up to me, and I'm like,
yeah,
we kind of were.
we absolutely were. Like
We were bad.
I remember when there was like newspaper articles where they were like, "Oh, biggest drinking problems in the city of underage drinking, Bay Ridge and Wall Street, Bay Ridge at Wall Street." Think about that, people. Not anybody else in New York City, not on the island of Manhattan, not the rich kids. Us. It was us on
Yeah.
Fort Field getting fucked up.
Exactly.
Yo, I watched this girl one time on Fort Field. She was sucking 3 dicks and she had a 4 Loko in her head, and she had a fucking bottle of Henny right beside her. I was like, this girl's living.
Do you remember when we were older, but we were in the park on 95th with Vic,
Oh, with the 100 kids?
with the 50,000 kids just like drinking or whatever, and then you hear the fucking
They're still
the
going.
cop
Oh,
car
do you,
coming.
have you ever heard that story?
No.
That story's fucking
That
hilarious.
was amazing.
Me, Joe, and our friend Vic, who
Uh-huh.
will probably be on the next episode, I believe.
Yep, next week.
Me, Joe, and Vic, we were just like Vic lived across the street from like the last park before the bridge, so we would just walk. Like Vic would like sneak his bong down and shit. Like we'd just sit there. Like Joe and Vic would smoke, and like I'd fucking have like a 12-pack. We'd be hanging out. But then like for some reason this time Vic wanted rice ball parmesan, and
delicious.
it's amazing. So for those listening, please go get yourself a rice ball parm while you're listening to this. And then he fucking so we went to the pizzeria first. We got beer, and then we're just like fucking sitting there on one of the park benches. But there's a lot of kids,
Yeah.
like a lot of kids. Like at least I had to say there's like at least 40 kids just like hanging out like by like where you know the bathrooms are
And
in
they were
between the
all
baseball
spread
fields.
out.
Yeah.
They were all spread out.
Yeah, like they were like
Groups.
different groups of kids, kind of like when we used to go to Fort Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we were like fucking 20 at the time, maybe.
Definitely older than these children.
We were older than they
These
were like
children.
fucking 14 or some shit. So they're hanging out, and then we have the case of beers under the bench, right? So Vic is just sitting there eating his rice balls, and then what's it called? We're sitting there, we see the kids like fucking around and shit. Cop car starts speeding down in the middle of the park. I didn't even know a cop car could get in there. And in the car, they're just driving straight down and like hooking around. And then they drive over the field. The kids burst. They're running
my
from every
God.
single fucking angle. So then the cops see
We're
all the
the
kids
only
running,
ones. We're
and
the-
they're like,
Yeah.
Joe.
I
no,
take off.
no, Joe runs and hides in a bush.
I ran and hid.
Joe runs
behind
straight
a bush.
into a bush and jumps in it. I don't even think they saw you.
No, I didn't. No, that's the thing. I didn't get far. I didn't like jump in the bush. I was running towards the bush, but then you were like, "No, we're gonna sit here like gentlemen." I was
gonna
like,
be
"Oh, okay." So then I went back
Bro,
and I sat next to them.
It's nuts that this worked. So we're sitting there. There's like an 18 to 12 pack of beer under us. And like, but I'm not drinking anything. Vic's just sitting there eating his rice balls, and like the kids are gone. Like one of the kids, I think, runs across the bench and goes, "There's fucking cops! There's fucking cops!" And like me and Vic are just sitting there,
See,
you
that's
know.
a real one. That's a
So
real one right
the
there.
cops pull up and they drive onto the baseball field, right? And they get out and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing in here?" And then Vic, without even fucking Mrs. EQ, looks up and is like, "I'm eating my rice ball parmesan."
I'm just eating
and,
my officer. I'm just eating my.
and then he looks back down and starts eating again. And then the officers are like, "There's beer under you." And then I was like, "You can see the kids running around." And then the cops were like, Just get out. Just get out. It's late, guys. Just
So
get
we
out.
start walking out.
Saved
We
by the
leave the
rice
beers
bowl.
there. They drive away. As soon as we see them like leave, we just turn right back around and sit back
That's
down.
incredible.
So we just sit down.
Incredible.
And
They
that
didn't
was
come
it.
back the rest of the night. None of the kids
Yep.
came back or anything like that. We
It
just
was
sat there,
beautiful.
hung out.
And then that's when it was normal because normally that park is pretty empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
park's
was like we
usually
were just
empty.
like, why are there so many fucking kids?
Yo, the amount of times we got chased by the cops, like, oh my god.
How many times we would go to Fort Hamilton and then someone would
So
come
many.
running down and like they'd be like, "There's cops, and it'd be like a single file line because there was only like
Yes.
only one of the fences was open, so like everyone had to go to this one point. So you'd think like the cops could have just corralled us really if they wanted to, but they used to just like put the sirens off on the avenue, and everyone used to walk out the left side and like with whatever Four Loko they had left and like try to finish it before you get to the end of the park and just throw it on the
Yeah.
ground kind of shit.
For you kids out there who don't know about Four Loko, because I don't know if kids still drink Four Loko, but
It's still around, but it's not as.
It's not the original recipe.
Yeah.
It's not the.
The original
It's not
recipe
what everyone's
killed like
fucking us
20
up.
kids.
Yup.
You know?
I drank 5 of those in one night, and I was like, wow, that's an accomplishment.
No, it
You
wasn't.
drank 5?
In one night.
Oh my
Those old
God.
Four Locos. I was
That's awesome.
fucked up.
I can
I didn't even
imagine.
know, but I went into. Everybody had left the party. I was like the only one left, and I could call my mother to come pick me up.
Alicia.
So I go into the homeowner's room,
Mm-hmm.
and I know both these people, but I didn't know they were doing it at the time, but they were having sex. And I was just laying on the floor talking to them. And then like
dead.
literally like later that week they were like, "Yeah, we were fucking." And I was like, "What? Really? I didn't even know."
I hope they were drinking a Four Loko too.
There used to be a thing at like Dave's house where people used to just like intentionally walk in on him and his ex-girlfriend like all the fucking time.
All the time. You know how many times I have seen Dave fucking somebody? Like, oh my god.
I remember when we opened the closet one time and he was just in there with a girl.
Have you guys
Yeah, I was
told-
there.
tight-ass
I was there
closet.
that night.
have
I
guys
think you
told
opened-
Bro, he
Dave's
was pick-
house on
What
this
happened?
podcast?
No, not yet.
Oh my god.
Not yet.
You
We
need
haven't-
a whole episode
Oh, yeah.
about the
the
strange
demons,
things.
the heroin.
The underage
God.
children, everything. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Dave's house was a trip. It's like one of those things where you're like, I can't believe I did that.
But I
I'm
miss
glad
it. I
did
miss
that.
it
Yeah,
low key a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit. Because I was thinking today actually. I was thinking about how like everyone can say that they broke something different in his house.
Absolutely.
Like one time, Chung pushed me through a fucking closet,
Oh my god.
and then
Dad.
you every time you were there, you broke some.
Everything.
Bro, Brandon used to go in there and steal like utensils and put them in his backpack.
I would. You know, for
I still have one of your utensils.
Are you serious?
You brought a chocolate lava cake from like Domino's or something.
I'm dead.
And you had your spoon, and it's still at my house.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a new spoon. Don't worry. Every 5 years, I will bring you a spoon. Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that was a trip. That's a fucking trip.
Yeah.
We had a lot of interesting times at Dave's house. I have to say.
Remember the one time? This was the weirdest one when we heard someone like jumping up and down. There's no one in the house.
Yes.
There was
Yeah.
one time like his girlfriend had like a fucking exorcism in front of us, and like
Yes.
we were just watching her like she was like
Yeah.
demonic. She was like, and she was like ripping her hair out and shit.
I do not know what was going on in that house, guys. Like, I am not entirely sure.
Yeah, no, we were all
Like,
fucked up.
And
were
we
just
weren't
all
even
fucked
doing
up.
like that hard drugs or anything.
I wasn't doing any
I
drugs.
wasn't
That was
doing any drugs
yeah.
at that time.
In fact, when Mark did drugs, he would just get quiet.
you would just get quiet and sit.
I was like, "Mark, you want to leave?" He's like,
Yeah.
shaking his head up and down.
Yes, I see the demon.
Not even a word.
I think that's the first time I met
Yo.
your mom. I just waved at her.
Yo, me and Dev, fucking my ex, for everybody who doesn't know,
Yeah.
fucking me, Dave, and him. We were at his house one day, and fucking I don't know what was going on. There was some spooky shit nonsense going on, and we started hearing the phone ring in the basement. We opened the cabinet, and there's an unhooked phone in the cabinet. And it was that fucking phone because when it was like an old timey phone, one of the ones that you have to click onto the thing, like
Yeah.
that, and has a dial. And when you
A rotary phone.
a rotary phone, exactly. And then when you would like when I checked it, it made the noise of the ring, and I was like, and it was ringing for like 20 minutes. This unplugged fucking phone. And then fucking Dave was like, "We need to get the fuck out of here." And then Dave was probably all
lives
fucked up
there.
on pills. And then we went to the fucking synagogue, like 2 blocks from his house, and we held the door down because we didn't know what else to do. We were fucking asking the Yahweh, I guess, to fucking save us. It was hilarious. And then Dave was fucking freaking out. He started talking in tongues and shit. And fucking Dev was like, "I'm leaving. I don't know what the fuck is going on. This is fucked up." And I was like, "We can't leave up here. He's talking to Yahweh. We'll get in trouble." Thank you, Jewish people. You saved us.
Yeah, they're fucking Christ.
We went to the church after. They weren't as nice.
Dave's was fucked.
That's a trip. That's a fucking trip. Where did Dave move, Joe? Fucking by
He
you?
literally, it's like a 10-15 minute drive away from my house.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did he move again?
No, it's the same place.
Was it there? I
You
thought
been
it was in like. No, I thought it was in Bed-Stuy.
No.
No.
It was so weird. Like, I remember driving, and it's just regular New York streets, Brooklyn streets, and then you go down, and it's like one of those, like, you're going down into like a private neighborhood type thing. It's 2 lanes. There's trees overcoming everything. It looks really weird, and then you go in, and it's just a long road, and then it breaks off into these different streets, and there's just houses there. And he lives in one of those houses.
All right.
Ah.
He's doing really good now, right?
I don't know. I haven't talked to him in
Oh.
a while.
seen
I've
Dave.
been to that house. I've visited him, Tiffy, and all of them, and
That's his girlfriend?
they were Tiffy.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
You never met Tiffy?
No, I don't think he was in New York at the
No,
time.
He
I
wasn't.
doubt it. The last time I seen Dave was when Chung lived on like 80.
So he doesn't know
or
about
whatever.
like everything. That
Oh yeah,
happened.
that's
no,
then there
there's
was like
an
crazy
everything.
shit.
Uh-oh.
Bro, there was.
There was
so
a girl
much
named after a
shit.
drink and shit involved. There was a bunch of fucked up shit. I don't think we could say that on the air. 'Cause some of it's illegal.
No.
The demon possessed.
Yeah,
the
we can't
house
talk
fully.
about that.
No, never mind.
I love it. Well, it makes me happy to know the house is still fucked.
Yeah, I walk by it because I literally live 2 blocks away. Like every once in a while, like be on 83rd, I'll like look around, like what the fuck?
Mark, I'm not even gonna fuck with you. Like sometimes I walk around Ridge, I stop at that house, and I'm like, I just stare, and I'm like, oh my god.
'Cause
You
it's
ever
got
just
the-
try and open the basement door.
Well, they had to deadbolt it. They had to deadbolt it.
Fucking away.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when you, because that's when you stop talking to him, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah.
His alcoholism got really fucking bad, like
Uh-huh.
worse than it was, which was already bad. So like
Living.
they wouldn't let anyone in the house with alcohol. So what would we do? We'd sneak it through the window, of course. So
finally,
like that
okay.
didn't fucking stop us,
I would
you know?
I would break it. I remember. Sorry to cut you off, but you remember Veronica Darbus?
Yeah.
I would I would break into the side of his house into the laundry room, and we would both fall into the laundry basket every time. And she would always be fucked up for some reason. I don't know what happened to that girl. Shout out, girl. Hope you're okay.
I don't know. I haven't heard.
I
anything.
haven't heard from
She's
her
somewhere.
in a while,
She's
Yeah.
somewhere. Good for her.
but she was nice.
She was
Yeah,
nice.
so I got no
She
problem
was
with her.
very nice.
Yeah, we used to get drunk. It was lit. Sorry, Mark. What were you saying?
Oh yeah, they deadbolted the
Oh.
basement, that big metal door. So they deadbolted that. So like, then you would check to see if it was deadbolted. And then Dave would be like, "Nah, you got to go through the door." And then like they would kind of screen you at the door,
Yeah.
which was the back door, you know.
If I
And
like-
like,
And then
became
there
a
were
club.
nights, where they wouldn't let anybody in, and we would all just be in the backyard
yeah,
and just
Oh,
we
yeah,
just
yeah.
have to be there.
I do. I remember like there was some nights. I don't know when I stopped going there. That you heard, maybe it's the demon from Dave.
anyone here banging?
No,
It's the
no,
demon.
It's the demon. It's come back. We summoned it.
sure
I mean, it's
leave-
not far. Like
I'm just gonna leave one earphone on. That's fucked. Imagine that. That'd be fucked up. I'm not gonna sleep tonight
he's
then.
like,
The demon's only 2 blocks away.
He's like, finally.
It's so
they
fucked.
returned.
It's so fucked up because I don't believe in anything. But like we used to hang out in his house and we'd see like fucked up shit. Like so
Yeah.
fucked up shit would happen, and then we'd fuck with people. Like one time the kid Dan like was asleep, and like me and Brandon like took one of the statues in the basement and we put it on
Oh,
top of a
yeah.
table and we put it like staring at him while he was like out cold.
I'm dead, yeah. Absolutely. We played. Didn't even like this.
Yeah.
He was like, you furthering it. Fuck yeah. I remember Karina? She didn't want to go there anymore.
No.
She was like, nope. Demonic. Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah, because she believes in all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Probably doing the side of the
we
cross.
were at like a separate friend's house and shit, and they were doing the little Ouija board, and I was gonna go down and do it with them, and she was like, No,
absolutely not.
Don't go
Absolutely not. Don't bring that shit
I
to
was
my
like,
house.
okay.
She's like, you will not fuck me. You will not fuck me.
And just everybody screaming, You're moving it. No, I'm not. You're moving it. No, I'm not.
The demon's just like, ugh.
That's all it turns out to be. It's like, you're moving it, right? Because I'm not doing nothing.
So basically, our teenage years was witchcraft and alcoholism.
Yeah.
I love it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're like little peep.
I think we're a little bit better than him. He's just worth more money.
But we'd die, so we're doing better.
Yeah. I miss it and I don't at the same time, though.
It was I'm glad I have the stories. You know?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. In life, I've kind of noticed that like whatever happens, it's good to better have a story than to have nothing. You know?
Definitely.
Some people they go through their whole life kind of safe.
Okay.
And I don't know. I like being a story collector. You know, as long as I'm not getting myself too fucked up or nobody's getting hurt too bad.
Yeah.
I'd rather fuck it. You know, fuck it. I'm only here
Yeah,
once
it
in this
made us,
body.
made us who we are today.
It made us who we are. It's a very New York story, in
Yeah.
my opinion. You know, like there's a lot of people. You know, what's funny about us is that I think we're kind of really old school New York type people. And that's kind of hard to find a group of friends who's like really New York, you know, because you
yeah.
have so many new people coming here, and the old New York is kind of going away. But we still kind of have like that crazy streak at us. We fucking know the Italian kids.
And it's
we know the old
crazy
New York,
because
like everything.
you would talk to people who were raised in New York in like the 60s and the 70s, and they're like, you guys don't know shit.
Yeah,
Shit.
That's
It
gonna
was
be
way
us one
fucking
day.
Crazier. Yeah.
All these
Yeah, it's
kids.
because we didn't have a fucking serial killer on the loose. Like, that's the difference between then and here.
Like, the
Like, you guys
streets.
didn't know about the Son of Sam. I was like, good. The fuck would I want to live during that?
You know what's crazy? Fucking so my mom had a story about that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically, Berkowitz?
Yes.
Really?
Where fucking it was somewhere like in this neighborhood or some shit.
No
that
shit.
She
Because it was in Bensonhurst, wasn't it?
Yeah. She fucking saw that guy. She saw him. And dude, I fuck with you not. You could have my dad on the podcast some of these days. Fucking that guy was stalking the streets and she recognized him while she was in the car. And she fucking drove away because she thought he was fucking sketchy. And then he got found out about all the shit that he was doing. And she was like, dude, I fucking saw that guy. The same exact guy right here by like the Dyker golf course.
Wow.
And he was like, we're just stalking up and down the streets.
Which is where he was killing people, basically, right?
My mom was
That's
like, nah, I'm not dealing with this bullshit right now.
That's
like,
fucked.
absolutely not.
You know what's crazy? Supposedly, Eddie's cousin saw someone get murdered, and it wasn't him. And it was like a group of kids with a video camera, like kind of on some like cult shit. And then he was convinced that he never did it. Kind of shit. Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait, what?
Like one of Eddie's cousins or like uncles or something like
Who,
that.
Johnny?
I don't know. No, not like his age. He's older.
Oh,
It's
no,
like
yeah,
his
okay.
dad's
No.
cousin or something like that.
Okay.
He witnessed someone get murdered.
He witnessed someone get murdered.
Because like the biggest thing like during that time, like the 70s, was like the Zodiac killer would just show up and start murdering young couples, and the same thing. Son of Sam was kind of doing the same kind of thing. And he was just, I guess like people in the 70s used to just hang out in a car, you know.
Yeah.
So
Chill.
he was just chilling with the girl, listening to music. Supposedly, well, this is a secondhand story too, from a secondhand story. So bear with me. And he looked over, and then he saw one person with a video camera, and like two other people with a gun. And they pulled up to the window and shot someone,
No fucking
like
way.
a couple cars down. While he was there, I guess they didn't know that he was there, and then they ran off. So like he like for the rest of his life believed that like David Berkowitz was innocent, and it wasn't the
Holy
Son of
shit.
Sam, because he witnessed another murder happen.
Whoa, no
Yeah.
fucking way. Damn. That's fucking strange shit. You know, there's been a lot of fucked up, like, weird killers in New York. Like,
yeah.
that people don't really think about. I don't know, for some reason. Like, you hear about the Zodiac and all that kind of shit.
The
and
biggest
fucking-
one that comes out in my head is Albert Fish.
You know, that's exactly who I was just going to bring up. Albert
That guy was
Fish
insane.
have you heard about that guy?
I don't really know that guy 100%.
He was, like, from, what, the 30s or
Yeah.
something?
But he would rape, kill, and eat children.
Yes.
Is that the
And he lived
guy?
in Sunset Park.
He lives in Sunset
fuck,
Park,
shit.
and he'd write the families about how their child tasted, and all like just gruesome details
fucked
about
up.
all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They call him the Gray Man.
Yeah. That's so funny that you bring him up. I was literally fucking thinking about him today. Fucking synchronicity, I guess. Fucking, I was talking to my dad. I was like, yo, we're talking. Okay, yesterday I fucking saw this kid and he was fucking doing burpees. He was on the fucking sidewalk, and I went up to him and him and his dad. They were in front of Verizon on 86th Street. I was like, you guys need hand sanitizer? Or so you working out here? Because the kid was rubbing his hands. The dad looked at me like I was fucking Albert Fish, and I was like, all right, it's all right, no problem, guys. So fucking, I was thinking about him. Told my dad. So fucking funny though you bring him up. That guy was fucked up. Like, he's just, there's a museum in Manhattan where you could go see his letters from some other fucked up guy who's been collecting them. Yeah, some fucked up shit. Like,
but yeah, no, that guy was insane. And then he would literally only target children who were mentally handicapped, or black.
Yeah. Those lot of black kids.
Of course,
absolutely.
Because those are literally the two where, like, back then, if you went missing, nobody really.
Yeah, the police aren't gonna fucking look for you.
Yeah,
that's
the one that comes to mind for me is someone that was never found. And it was that one guy who killed like 9 prostitutes in Long Island in the same beach, and like they never found out who it was. Jeez. Like women just started showing. It was like 5 years ago, I think. Women just started showing up, and it was like the same MO. They were same like age range, like they kind of looked a little bit similar, like same hair color, same like skin tone kind of deal, and the same murder. They were just like stabbed to death. So it was like almost like a Jack the Ripper type of situation, like all fucking cut up. They never found out who it was. There's theories it was like a truck driver just passing by, but like, I don't know. It was like the same fucking beach that these like area that these women started showing up in.
I think there was some like killer up in like Poughkeepsie too. That fucking was doing something similar like that, and they never fucking found him. For like, when I remember in high school, I watched a movie called The Poughkeepsie Tapes. It fucked me up. And it was like this found footage movie about him, but I think it was like, I don't know, a sequel to like The True Story or whatever the fuck was going on. And there was this scene that, dude, it fucked me. This guy, let me try to see if I can explain this. He had this girl in the basement, and she was like all duct taped and shit. And freaking, he comes out, there's like a video camera pointed on her face, and you can like see her. I don't know what she was in a chair or tied up or wherever the fuck. You see just her face, and he creeps out of the shadows in like this black outfit, and he's on all fours, but he has a mask on the top of his head, like you know those masks, like those white masks that people rob people in and shit.
Yeah.
And like just like those regular white masks, like Halloween masks. So he was like pointing his head down. So he was walking, so it looked like the fucking face was like an animal type of face, that it was on her neck, but it's on the top of his head, and he's just creeping toward her. And I was in high school. I was like, "This is real? Like, this is fucking me up right now."
It reminds me of. Do you remember when you showed the religion teacher a photo of like someone naked that you found? Brandon had like this. It wasn't like nude. It wasn't like she wasn't like 100% nude, and it wasn't anything gory or anything like that. But she had like a skin tight, like pink, like
yes, the rabbit lady.
Yeah,
yes,
that's what it was.
I think about that lady like once a year.
But it was like she was like all. It was just it was eerie because like the way she was like arched and stuff like that. But he walks up to this 80-year-old religion teacher and he goes, "Mr. McCormick, what do you think about this?" And he just fucking falls back.
Oh my god!
He goes,
She was like pinned up on a bed, like backward, like The Exorcist or some shit. It was fucking. You know what? I think I have that picture still. I saved it because it disturbed me so much. I have a whole file in my old hard drive. Oh shit! From high school, it's in a folder called for 4chan, actually, because I think that's where I found it.
But 4chan back in when we were in high school was ridiculous.
Different place.
I never went on it. I just knew the shit Brandon would show me randomly in high school.
I caught the tail end of it before it changed.
When people were getting murdered and shit. And
4chan was a different fucking environment back. You know, it's funny because I tell people sometimes we grew up in an era of the internet that nobody really will ever understand what was going on, because it's the only time that ever happened in human history where there was a transition of like technology and art and aesthetics that kind of like, I don't know, I don't think there'll ever be a breed of people like us again who will go from how do I explain it? I guess like different types of film and music videos and all that kind of stuff to this weird digital era of like they didn't know what the fuck it really was, what the internet was. So we kind of like were the experimental children that like were unleashed the internet, and it kind of raised us in a fucked up weird way. This is why we're so fucked up. People don't realize
everyone has depression.
A lot of shit I remember a lot of shit that I watched and seen on the internet when we were young. It's like it definitely desensitizes you to a lot
absolutely.
of shit.
The internet's become very sterile. honestly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
hell yeah.
I feel like now it's like you have to look for things if you really like want to go see some shit. But I think it was a really big culture to go on like the dark web and fucking seeing like the hidden corners of the internet and all that kind of shit.
See, that's the thing. My mind basically goes, all right, if I'm gonna try and go to the dark web right now, the FBI is looking at me,
Absolutely.
and I'm like, I don't even want to. I don't
I don't trust any of that anymore.
What was the thing? The Onion or
the Tor browser. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't even want to have that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've figured it out. So like they're on that shit.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't even know Tor is actually a tool that was developed by the Navy.
Oh yeah.
It was actually released to the public because as a decentralized network from the internet, it was like a communication way for, I think, like agents to fucking operate under. But the idea was that you release it to the public so they never know who's on it.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, it, like, let's say you get a connection from that network and you're in China. If you see it's from a Tor network, you're like, oh, it's the U.S. Navy. Released to the public, they can't figure that fucking shit out.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of funny how you never really know who you're
But
dealing
now
with.
you have
on
all
there.
of these unscrupulous characters.
Yeah,
Mhm,
Monica, when she was in college, she had to do she had to write a whole report on it. She had to go on the dark web and like look at jihadi fucking websites
Wow,
and
that's
shit,
interesting.
which is like fucked because like you gotta like even going to those websites is so fucking
Yeah.
dangerous and like you could risk anything. But she did it on the school's network, so they gotta fucking deal with that shit.
Fuck 'em. That's hilarious. That's kind of interesting though. Yeah, she has to write
She's
about
into all that shit.
Nice,
She's a
nice,
little
nice.
techie.
I love that. I love
I
that.
know
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
fucking illiterate when it comes to the internet and like technology and shit.
I would say I'm illiterate adjacent. Like I know what people tell me,
Mm-hmm.
and then I could do it. But like if you want me to explain it further, it's no good.
I know what I know. That's
I
it.
know what I know.
You
I know
know-
this does this, but how it does it?
It's when I gave you my rib recipe.
Yeah,
She's like,
exactly.
no, I need the bay leaves. Why? Like, I don't know.
I
Fucking
need to
put them in.
You know, though, I kind of feel like you like what I'm 26 now. Are you guys the same?
Yeah,
age?
we're all 26, I believe.
Fucking, I feel like I feel the age already happening because I already feel kind of out of the loop somewhat. Like I'll hear about new things sometimes that like kids are doing. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Isn't it
Pods.
beautiful? Literally, isn't it fucking amazing?
it is.
I love because I refuse to download TikTok. We were just talking
Oh,
to
I won't
Joey
do
about
that.
this last week,
Yeah,
and like I just want to not know anything for the first time in my life. Not
Yeah.
the first time, for the first time since I was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is gonna be completely desensitized to like not desensitized, but just a completely
Could you
ignorant to
imagine if
something.
the whole eating Tide Pods thing happened when we were in
Oh my
high
God.
school?
we were
would've
doing
done
the
it.
salt.
We
We were
would've
all
tr-
done it.
I have videos of the cinnamon challenge with Joe Chung.
Yeah.
Like we did it with my mom and we spit in her face accidentally. It was hilarious.
You don't remember the salt with the ice?
Yeah, no, we
Oh,
would
put
just
salt
burn
on our
ourselves,
hands
and we
and then
just
put
burn
the-
ourselves.
Yeah.
What the fuck was
For
that? We
no
would do that at
fucking
lunch.
reason.
Like
But not even we didn't. You know what's fucked up is these kids recorded it. We didn't even fucking. There's no video of
Yeah,
it.
we
we
didn't
just
make any
did it
fucking
to
buddy,
do it.
guys. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Like
We would have made so much bank. Like what the fuck?
fucking. They were like they put salvia and bath salts on the market. We weren't doing it for clout. We were just doing it. Kids used to just do it.
We were hard. You know, actually, one of the craziest things I heard, I was actually talking to Joe Chung a couple months ago, and we were talking about like new things that are happening on the internet, and blah blah blah, making money and shit. One of the craziest things he talked to me about was something that people in like Russia and China and those Eastern European countries are doing that blew my fucking mind. So we're sitting there, we're high as fuck. We were watching the Republican National Convention, and we turned it off because we were on acid and we got scared. And the Republicans are kind of scary people watching that. So fucking, we go on his YouTube, and he has all these fucking weird videos that are on his like what do they call it? Like suggested and all that shit that's right there.
Yeah.
And it's like shit like very good woodworking Japan now. And you're like, what? And I'm like, Joe, what the fuck are you watching? And he's like, wait, let me show you. And he's like, so these videos, these are not real people making these videos. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, all right, so there's people who write artificial intelligence scripts. And these artificial intelligence make videos all day. And they cut up different like media that they find on the internet. And these things are just running. They cut the videos, make them, and it's all nonsense because you'll freaking look at it and you'll be like, all right, it's like an 8-hour video of woodworking or some bullshit or, oh, making carrots or growing some shit, whatever the fuck. But the whole video is that the AI is trying to game the YouTube system for ad revenue. So it just blasts this shit out like millions of times, and there's people making like millions of dollars off of Google AdSense. It's unbelievable.
It's fucking
If I knew
genius.
how to write something like that, I would not be fucking doing my job right now. I fucking at all. Fucking cheers to that.
That's fucking smart as shit.
Yep.
Only to know. Only to be able to know about shit, right?
Just an observer.
It's like Shu always mentions it all the time, and you can tell that, not that he regrets it, that he's like, fuck, I could have done this. It was like streaming or like playing video games online.
Yeah.
Because like Shu used to make like
Yeah.
YouTube videos when he was really young, and they were popular.
Yeah.
Like he built a PC and he recorded the whole thing. He had like these really like informational YouTube videos like back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, if I knew it would have fucking worked out, I could have probably been
I don't
big,
know.
you know?
I never foresaw that.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought about the idea that, like, because I used to like to make little things too, here and there, and blah, blah, blah. And I thought it was just cool, you know? I didn't think like that. But, you know, that's what I mean about, too, like we were talking about earlier about how things have changed so quickly. Like, the commodity nowadays is information. And it's not even like money anymore. Like,
Yeah.
the money follows how much information you can kind of generate.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird. So it's kind of like the whole system of how we deal with money and how we interact with money and what value is has completely changed. That's why like even with this GameStop stuff, I have a friend, my friend Roman. He's been gaming like not gaming. He's gaming the stock market.
Okay.
And dude, like the other day he made like 20 grand
Oh, shit.
off of like a small play. And he's been figuring out how to do this. And he told me, he's like, dude, there's not going to be jobs in 20, 30 years. And honestly, I fucking believe the dude. Because the more I see it is like, how are people going to keep paying these astronomical prices for everything and still go to work and have a living wage and benefits and all this kind of stuff? I don't think that's going to be fucking real anymore. I think one of these days we're all just going to have UBI or some bullshit and everybody's going to make shit on the internet and make content. And hell, fuck, this podcast might even be something that you guys are doing like, you know, as your job one of these days. You know?
I'm hoping.
I fucking hope
That
so too,
was,
dude.
there's one Black Mirror episode, and it's like,
I
it's
love
not,
Black Mirror.
yeah, it's so good.
Mm.
It's not like, it's not like interesting till the end of it, but like basically these people just live in this facility and just like, they have to wake up, they have to eat breakfast, and then they get money for eating breakfast. But if they choose a healthier like option, they make a little bit more money.
Yeah, I remember.
And then they go to the gym and they work out and then they make money.
On the
But the
treadmill?
entire time they're watching ads. Everything is
Yeah.
just bought by ads.
Mhm.
Like even there was a new one on Netflix called like Maniac or something like that.
Yeah.
And if you can't pay for something, you have someone that his job is to just walk next to you and just give you advertisements for shit, and that's how you pay for stuff. It's like, say you're in debt, the debt collector doesn't like try to get the money. They just stand next to you for like your entire existence and just tell you advertisement.
Oh my god.
So yeah, the fucking
That's
Black Mirror episode, it's
horrifying.
like literally the only way to make money.
That was one of the first ones. Wasn't
Yeah, I think it was. I think
Yeah, it was like
season
the
one.
first or second
Uh-huh.
episode. The first episode was the British
the
Prime
pig.
Minister
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
fucking
yeah,
the
yeah.
pig, which actually turned out to be true. And and then yeah, like the Prime Minister at the time admitted that he had like just put his dick in like a pig's mouth when he was in college or some shit like that. But then he was like, oh, I never said that. Kind of thing. So he definitely did it. But
Bilderberg group shit.
yeah, it was the second episode. So like everything is paid for because of advertisements. So like you
Yeah.
live in this room where like all the walls are just advertisements playing constantly. You want to do anything, you have to watch an ad for it. That's really what's gonna be it.
I heard this horrifying thing like a couple months ago, maybe about a year ago. This fucking Russian company, they want to start putting ads in the sky.
Oh, Jesus.
And fucking like a bunch of people are like, you're gonna block the stars for advertisements. Like, yeah, we're gonna put McDonald's up there. Like, what? Like,
That's stupid. Everybody knows McDonald's exists. You don't need to advertise McDonald's.
put that McDonald's big neon sign.
McDonald's pays you a lot of money for that advertisement.
right in the
sky?
Big Dipper. Alien real estate.
Wait,
right there.
who owns the sky?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Let's get it.
Let's
We own it now. All right, U.S. government, Russian government,
fucking doing
North
it.
Korean government. We own the sky.
Fucking
If you want to
doing it.
advertise in the sky, you got to pay us. There you go.
You know
don't
what's
have to
actually
work
an
anymore.
interesting thing?
What?
Fucking maritime laws that have to deal with space travel and I guess maritime like naval travel. I didn't know this until a couple of years ago, but apparently when you're in space, you're like in a country whose ever ship you're in. So like if you go to like a Russian space station, you're in Russia. If you go to the American space station, you're in America. It's like a really fucking weird thing.
It's
Same
like
thing on
the
ship.
ocean, right?
Yeah.
That's why Elon Musk is a fucking idiot, because he thinks that he's gonna build this Mars colony and move there, and like he doesn't have to appease to like American laws anymore. You know?
Yeah,
That's what's even scarier if you think about it, because like
Colonizing the.
they're gonna colonize space,
Yeah,
and it's
absolutely.
gonna be fucking way too late for us, because Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, they're all gonna just own Mars and fucking all these other
Yeah,
planets.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like, all right,
Absolutely.
we're stuck on this burning rock, you know.
In New York City,
Yeah.
2055. We're gonna be living that cyberpunk shit. I'm telling you.
Do you think
That's
that?
it, the
I
fucking-
thought that New York and basically most of the coast is just gonna go underwater.
You see, I think about things like that. Like, I've actually thought about this. So, like, the Earth, right? Like, the Earth. Shout out. It changes, right? Like, our cities are stuck in one place. What happens if, like, the plate shift? Like, when, like, Pangea and shit, like, comes back together.
There's a bunch of shit there. Supposedly, like, the polar caps, like, they have to have, like, the magnetic switch.
Yeah.
It happens, like, every 1,000 years, and it's due for, like, hundreds of years or something like that.
It's gonna happen.
That's going to destroy all of, like, technology and electrical systems. Then, that's why California's fucked, because it's stuck on
Absolutely.
2 plates. If plates crash, then, like, society as we know it falls apart, you know?
Isn't that
You know what's
crazy?
scarier to me? And it's something so simple. It's like fucking water is like evaporating because the earth is
Yeah,
getting a little too
absolutely.
hot.
Mhm.
So you have like cities in India that have no sources of water, kind
I
of deal.
was just reading that last week. I think the largest iceberg near Antarctica that's like drifting off the coast, it finally broke up.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's silly and it's dumb, but like it's shit. Like I could have solved the global climate global climate crisis. Thank you, Joseph. Like when I was like 11, we just gotta drink the seawater. And we got to
drink
put
the
ice
fucking
cubes in the
seawater.
water, and it's going to get cold again. Guess
All
what?
you had to do.
Guess what? Solved it. They want to build, supposedly, they're going to build, like, to prevent, like, islands from, like, sinking, they're going to put up seawalls. So it's going to cost, like, trillions of dollars to, like, coat Manhattan.
Seawall, yeah, right
And
outside Manhattan.
It's going to work.
Not on but
It's,
Brooklyn.
you know how fucking expensive that's going to be?
Oh,
It's going to be
yeah.
expensive as shit.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
if you're in Lower Manhattan, you're pretty much
'Cause if you think
protected by
about it-
Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, just let Wall Street go underwater.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know? And then same thing with Brooklyn. We're going to lose the Barclays Center. Fuck it.
We're gonna lose the
It's
Barclays
fucking
Center.
useless anyway, you know? But, like, I don't know. Because, like, right here in Bay Ridge, I feel like you're just going to lose up to the fucking expressway and then that's
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
You know? Because it's going to be a lot. That's a lot of fucking land. But
That
it's not
is.
like, I'll be okay. I'll be fine.
You know, I think a lot of these problems, though, if you really think about them, they're not real problems. They're technological problems.
Yeah.
You know, they're engineering problems. And I think it's about getting... You know, I forgot who said it. It might have been Heidegger who once said, like, history is a race between education and disaster. You know? So, I don't know. I kind of think that we're at a point where we've outgrown physical existence. I'm going to be honest. I really think that's where it's heading. Like, if you look at all these problems that we have, like, I think it's much more efficient and economical to start building in virtual realities and, you know, super spaces where we can actually just upload people. And
Upload us to the cloud.
I'm going.
Hell yeah.
Like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I want to be an avatar. Like, what the fuck? Like,
You could be whatever you want.
yeah, you be
It's
whatever
like
you
Ready
want.
Player
I'm
One.
gonna be fucking some Dragon Ball Z character. I'm gonna be so jacked. Have like a 12 pack, like fucking everybody with like 3
Just
dicks.
yell at everybody.
Like, yeah. Joe, come on.
It's going to be so dumb when I just have, like, a fucking... who's on me? Joe's playing footsie with me.
No, I'm not.
Aw.
I just build a regular house and in fucking...
We build our own houses.
I'm gonna have my little own planet. Come visit me.
But then where do you go when you're tired?
Like when you have to sleep and stuff.
Yeah.
You sleep, but it's just all virtual.
You just probably like turn your switch off and you're just like
Okay, then yeah.
chilling. You go into you probably go into like another dream.
But what's gonna
Just
power
agree
that
shit.
VR? It's just like a bunch of fucking poor idiots just still fucking
Who pays for it?
just
Who
fucking
pays for the
churning a
power?
wheel. They're just like just a bunch of slaves just fucking turning a wheel.
You
They're
know, that's
fighting
what we'll
off
have
like
to build.
mutant rats.
We'll have to build some robots.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I talk about a lot of people. I think the coming age is AI, and that we're just gonna fall into that. Like, I think when it happens,
Eventually, we're gonna have everything.
yeah,
You know, and it's like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
absolutely. Well, you know, that's the thing. I think that's what I mean about like we seem to be outgrowing whatever the human experience is. Like, like we have a body. That's a certain reality for what we are. But there's also the reality that we're a mind, and there's different like centers of like consciousness that there is the reality of the body, but it doesn't really line up with what your body wants and all that kind of stuff. Like, you want to do more than what your body can do. You don't want to age. You don't want to die. You don't want to go shit, eat all the time. You don't want to be burdened, I think, by the body. So, sometimes I wonder if evolutionary processes are occurring that are actually trying to take the mind out of the body. Or did nature create human beings to find a solution to the problems of evolution's tardiness, I guess, if you want to say that in some way. But
we're just so flawed. Like, that would be such a dumb system for anyone to make up. Like, we're the other side. Like, we're so destructive.
We're completely destructive, but I think that's also like I said, I think these are also a lot of engineering issues. I think people like Elon Musk and all these other individuals who kind of talk about the future and all this kind of. First of all, it's crazy how thank you, Mark. It's crazy how a lot of these a lot of people today just aren't talking about solutions for the future. That's really the fucking problem.
Not at all. We're still talking about people mining jobs.
Yeah, it's crazy how you have to be like Donald Trump talking about freaking coal, energy, and all this kind of nonsense. And it's
get away from that.
One of the biggest things, though, is that if you think about it, it's the problem of who's sitting in the chairs of power. You know what I mean? Like, all the university presidents, all the scientists, all the politicians
I just think it's literally like when the light bulb was invented.
Yeah.
Were there people there that at that time who were the minority, and the same people are the minority now? Were those people still screaming, "Oh, but what about the candle makers?"
Yeah.
When Mr. Ford made the first car, oh, what about the horse and buggy companies?
Well,
this has always
back
been
in the
a
day,
thing.
they used to say oh, there's no use for the car because there's no roads.
But you make roads.
Exactly.
It's just the pitfall of man. That's basically always been like that.
Absolutely.
I remember.
That's what I'm saying. Eventually, we're gonna get to everything's AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna happen eventually.
Prices are
but there's gonna be
driven.
pushback from it because if it just happens automatically, a lot of people are just gonna starve. So there has to be a gradual fucking reconstruction of society to allow it to happen.
And
but if you think about it, that's what's happened in human history is technology just pushed forward, and the people that didn't adapt are fucked.
Yeah, and we all know the currency and everything. It's made up. We made money. We made it. So there's the one percenters or everything. That's what they rely on is the fact that we need money. Now, if everything is now in an abundance and prices aren't being driven up because things are diamonds aren't rare anymore, all this type of shit. That's where the society collapses. Well, because how do we pay for shit? How am I going to get milk?
Well, I think that's when you have to reconstruct everything to eliminate scarcity. I think that's the inherent problem with our economy right now is that we bank on scarcity and we borrow from the future way, way too much. And that's why the minimum wage hasn't gone up and there's so much debt. And now you have kids who have I know people with $400,000 of student debt.
Yeah.
It's egregious. Especially to think 50, 60 years ago that college was fucking free. I know people who went to Berkeley for free.
Credit scores came out in 99.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till 2 days ago.
Yeah. It's all of these things that we live inside of, they're new structures.
Yeah.
And they're structures that were put in place to kind of hold together the old structure that is falling apart. But I think what's going to end up happening is that people are going to get to a point where they become so poor. I hope this doesn't fucking happen, but if nothing is done, people will become so disempowered that there will have to be an economic revolution to kind of refit what the economy actually is.
I mean, you can just look at China where you got oligarchs paying for people's organs. So then they literally kidnapped all of the Muslim population in China and put them in camps.
Yep.
Not because of religion, because they don't believe, the central government doesn't fucking believe in anything.
Yeah.
Just because rich people want to buy livers and healthy lungs, and they've been transplanting them.
Oh, that's insane.
Right?
It's pretty much like what they've been doing to the women.
Which isn't confirmed. It's not confirmed, but there's some evidence.
Who's denying it?
Yeah.
Well, I heard this the other day about the Chinese government. I found this one insane. So fucking, how they the whole problem with Tibet going on, where they took over Tibet and they're destroying all those Buddhist temples. And, oppressing these people. So apparently, how the Buddhists are all about reincarnation. in China now, they made a law that you have to, if you're a Buddhist, to reincarnate, you have to file like a document with the Chinese government to reincarnate, and you have to let them know where you're reincarnating to. Fucking unbelievable. Absolutely. There's some wild shit going on in China.
Well,
We
I
should
was
go.
a good person. I probably will be one of you
That's
guys
just-
when I die.
And
I
it's
hope you are.
so
I hope you
funny.
do.
China's so funny because American McCarthyism literally destroyed all of like ideology, political ideology in the United States. But everything that they do is always communist. But they're the most capitalist country in the entire fucking world.
Absolutely.
And they're literally like, I think there's a system in place that like if your credit score is bad, like they just won't even let you like live in like certain cities or like go places kind of shit. Like it's, and then there's another credit score that's literally based off of your social media or like something crazy like that. Yeah.
And our parents were out here just buying houses with no fucking credit score, houses, cars, just buying shit.
My dad used to say like in Brooklyn Heights and stuff, you could buy like one of those brownstones for like $2,000 back in the day. I mean, they were shit.
No one
back
wanted
in
to
then.
live there, you know. And it's so
even in
stupid.
Park Slope.
God.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, Park Slope. Like I remember my dad said like gangs used to like show up at his house trying to fight him and shit like that.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and then like one dude died on like my mom's front steps when they were living there.
fucking
Yeah,
way.
like heroin overdose, like all this fucked up shit.
In the place where you're living, where you grew up.
Yeah,
Wow,
like not like on the front steps, but it was like the park, like a couple houses
that's fucking
down.
crazy.
So
Yeah,
when my parents moved into when their house in Bensonhurst, like they fucking, my dad goes like, look out the window. Calls my mother, look out the window. He's leaving for work. My mom looks out the window. There's just a guy face down, blood, pool of blood.
Oh my God, old New York, man.
Fucking hit.
Old
Someone
New
got
York.
whacked. Someone
at
got
least
whacked.
at least everybody felt safe. You could get a good slice of pizza on the corner, you know.
Oh,
Hey.
they took care of the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Well,
bled the entire fucking small businesses dry just for protection, and then still shoot you in the fucking ass because you didn't you missed a payment.
and it's funny because like that you go, people talk about Mexico and the cartels, and it's like, what are you talking about? Same thing.
It's literally the same fucking thing. If anything, the cartel is even scarier because the cartel was trained by the CIA. You know,
Oh, I did not know that.
you didn't know that?
No,
That's why
absolutely
like
not.
the avocado market and the tequila market, basically all of like Mexico's like biggest like, economic like whatever is because of the cartel, and it's because
Wow.
the CIA
That
went
makes
there
sense.
and they taught them how to like money launder and they taught them how to fucking like pay government officials and all that. It's all because of fucking communism and all that shit. They were trying to get into like Cuba, so then they failed in Colombia. Then they failed in another country, and they failed in fucking Venezuela, and then they fucking went to Mexico and they did it there.
You know, it's really interesting to see the power dynamic between like the security agencies and like the regular government.
Yeah.
Because you can tell that there's like two different governments. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like there's
yeah.
like a shadow. Because it's kind of funny how like no matter who the president is or who has Congress, the agenda of the CIA and the military-industrial
Is
complex
their own.
has not. Yes,
It's their
doesn't
own.
change.
Yeah.
That's really. You know, the CIA is into a lot of weird shit.
Yeah.
A lot of weird shit.
yeah.
They like there was like they tried to get into poltergeist shit, then they tried to mind control
Yeah.
with the fucking what was that?
MK Ultra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MK Ultra, which caused Charles Manson.
Yeah.
You know, like fucking all this
They
fucked up
created
shit.
Him, the Unabomber,
Yeah.
all of these people. I think that they even started the whole like '60s revolution of LSD in a way and stuff, and kind of.
Dude, there's whole compilations like all your like the people that you're mentioning. Yeah, that I can believe. But then there's like Shaq live on TNT where he just his like face resets, and then people are like MK Ultra. That's that MK Ultra. Like just weird shit. Just people's faces. Like, look, what is Hillary Clinton doing?
You know what it is I would love to believe that it's all set up, but then you find out as you get older that the government is just so incompetent that they're just not capable of something that like fucking advanced. Because when you bring up like the whole like MK Ultra and the Unabomber and Charles Manson, those are failed experiments. That's because they were fucking idiots.
Absolutely.
You know, it's the same shit with like Tuskegee, what they were fucking just pretending to vaccinate fucking like black people and they're putting syphilis in them.
Yeah.
It's just all from incompetence and they get caught. That's why
Or
like
they had syphilis already and they were pretending
they
treat
didn't
them.
have it. Yeah.
There was some lady in the 50s, I think. She was a Puerto Rican girl. She fucking shot up Congress because they were sterilizing Puerto Ricans and black people.
Then no one talks about Puerto Rico. They were sterilizing a group of women in a certain
Yeah.
town,
Uh-huh.
and like they just found out about it like
They're doing
50 years
it-
later
They're doing it recently. They're all like they're saying all the women and
in
all
the
that
border,
stuff
right?
In the border,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
They're
fucked
taking out
up.
their.
They're giving them
uteruses, yeah.
fucking what is that? what's that procedure
I
called
don't
when
know
they
what
take out the
procedure is,
uterus?
but they're
Her
taking
hysterectomy.
Hysterectomies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're giving forced hysterectomies at the border.
What?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What? So they don't have children?
Exactly. Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's some Nazi Germany type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's in America.
Whoa, that's crazy.
See, now if we lived in Russia,
Mm-hmm.
we'd be getting fucking killed.
KGB would.
That's one thing that's good
black
about
bag.
America is I could just say that Donald Trump's a fat fucking idiot. Now nothing will happen to me.
Exactly.
Well, you know what's great is I could just be like, I've done DMT and LSD. I'm a crazy person. You don't have to listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm clinically insane
Exactly,
according
yeah.
to the U.S. government.
Nothing we
Don't
said
listen to
was
anything I
true.
say. No.
Yeah.
This is a comedy podcast.
What's great is that in America, our method and the CIA's method in a lot of ways is reputation destruction. So if they can delegitimize you, they don't actually have to destroy you. They could just deplatform you.
Yeah.
You know? So no black bag for us.
That's where like the whole the term conspiracy theorist, and it's like certain people. Oh, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you're fucking crazy. But then that line got moved these past 4 years to where now the people who are like, oh, you stole the election, like you're all the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
all
that's what's
insane.
annoying. It's like it's the fucking American political spectrum. It's just fucked. It's skewed. It's not
Yeah.
where the right is. It's not really right. Where the left is. It's not really left.
No.
It's the same shit with like conspiracy theories. You got people that'll talk about how like the people that say like, oh, 9/11 was caused because of like just fucking random thing that doesn't make any sense. You know,
Yeah.
they'll say like it was this billionaire like Bill Gates was putting computer programs in the building or some shit like that. But then you'll have people that'll be like, well, why was the owner of the building not in the building? And like they get lumped into the same crowd.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
even like like 9/11 is such a weird one too.
It is a weird one because
it's a weird one.
I for the life of me believe that the government knew what was going to happen.
I think so too.
And then they just,
you
know
know
what I
thing?
think?
It was George Bush had dinner with the guy that day or some shit.
Yeah. No, it was my belief is that the FBI and the CIA were competing for military contracts, and Edward Snowden was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he kind of like says the same thing, is that they just didn't want to cooperate with each other because they both knew what was going to happen. They both knew something was going to happen. They knew these kids were in Florida training to fucking fly planes out of nowhere. Then they went back to like Saudi Arabia or like Qatar. I forgot what country it was. And then like they knew they were coming back, and then they just didn't fucking do anything on it because like the middle management guy who was just fucking pushing pencils and like stamping shit was like, don't worry about it. And then a fucking plane went through a building, you know? That's my belief.
I don't think some of the stuff is as nefarious as people
Yeah.
think. I think it's true you say that the government's just grossly incompetent.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Like there's a lot of stuff now, even like Trump and like what's going on with like stimulus and all this kind of stuff that people want. And they're like, oh, it's all conspiracy. And no, I just think our government is terrible. You know?
Because if you look at the grandest scheme and you look at it from the smallest point of it, you look at like New York City, like housing, there's a crisis going on right now.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one's
yeah.
talking about it. Every building is full with lead paint. So like everyone's just being poisoned. They got to replace the pipes. And it's something that keeps getting swept under the rugs. And de Blasio, like, he told families that they were going to move him out for a small part. They literally put him in a van, moved him to Jersey, dropped him off in a fucking house that had no power, no fucking gas, no water, and then drove off. And, like, it was talked about for, like, maybe
Holy
a couple
shit.
days, and, like, that was it.
Yo, de Blasio, fuck you. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
But he says he talks woke speak, so we love him. You
Yeah,
know?
he talks the woke speak.
Same shit with Governor Cuomo. Got, like, fucking how many grandmas killed because of
I
his
hate
fucking
that guy,
COVID
too.
response, you know?
hate
He's a fucking idiot.
That's I hate when I see him and his brother on CNN.
Oh my god, and they're buddy.
They're buddy
Yeah.
buddy. Oh, it's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Absolutely not. No, it's that's what's crazy is that our government is so incompetent, so powerful yet so incompetent that you
Yeah.
can actually make up a lot of conspiracies about the whole thing.
And let me tell you, Trump just fucking proved it to the utmost. It wasn't necessarily that he was evil. He's just obviously he's a fucking racist piece of shit, you know.
Asshole.
But like he's just so fucking stupid, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and then like all these people were just riding on him because you know that's the way to power. And then you realize like all these other people who, mind you, these people going to like there's some fucking people from like Harvard and Yale. You think that these people are smart, but they're just so fucking stupid. They just know how to pass a test.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what schools they're going to. They're just
No.
fucking not fucking logical in any way.
No, I fucking
And
totally
the
agree.
fucking government, the country's just falling apart.
Yeah.
You know?
We're in that bread and circuses right now. Cheers to ancient Rome.
Yeah.
We salute you.
I'm feeling like Constantine right now. Hell
I'm feeling like Nero. I hope America doesn't fall apart. I'm rooting for you, girl.
I don't think it's gonna fall apart. I think China's just gonna become much more powerful, which like that's just inevitable. There's like billions of people in China, you know.
Absolutely.
And I think
India is going to rise a little bit too. I think that part of the world is just due for a power revamp.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be possible in the new globalized economy to switch American power structures too much. Like, I feel like America will still be. I think America would power just because it's military. Like, the amount of money.
Which is, if you think about it, that's the reason why they spend so much money on the military is for situations like this. It's not, they're not doing it just because, like, to stop terrorism. They're doing it just in case people, like, other countries are like, we're fucking sick of giving these people money.
Yeah. The way I kind of see the world is that China is kind of making the bread right now, and they're the ones who are benefiting. Their cities are all getting revamped. They have Wi-Fi everywhere, and everything's clean now.
Yeah,
and it's good and whatever. But America's kind of this like tyrannical type of power in the world. Who I don't, let me not say tyrannical. It's just an overwhelming power in the world that I don't think China wants to. I don't think China wants to go to war with us. No. I don't think they want to unseat us. I think they enjoy making money off of us. And because there's actually a video I think I seen of the communist government or something where they're just laughing and they're like, we know how to game the system with these greedy freaking Americans.
Yeah,
like it's great. Yeah. They have so much cash, so much capital to spend. They spend it like nothing. They don't care. Just keep milking them, and then let Google and all these other companies hide behind the wall of the American military. And I think that's kind of the way the world is operating as the American society falls apart. And also, it's all a problem that we also kind of don't have a culture anymore.
No.
I don't know if anybody's noticed that.
No, it's just corporations.
Yes.
Yeah.
We sold our culture for pop stars and Kim Kardashian and all this nonsense. And I think that's one of the reasons why we're so fucked up right now and depressed. It's because there's nothing meaningful in America at the moment.
Not at all. I felt empty inside for a minute now.
I actually I was thinking about this like not so long ago.
Not totally, but
you got that spark in you, baby. But yeah, I was thinking about earlier how or a couple weeks ago how we traded like religion and philosophies for capitalism in a weird way. And I think it's because our religions failed us because they didn't feed us enough.
But even you look at these the mega churches and all.
Joel Osteen,
like,
Joel, he got like $4 billion during this whole COVID thing.
Remember when
it's crazy.
The hurricane?
It was that's what it was.
And he was just like, "No, we're gonna keep our.
I'm not gonna use my church." And then they showed up at his house, and he was like, "We'll open the church."
That guy has like 4 elevators in his house.
I know. He's a piece of fucking garbage.
He is. Yo, me and my friend Robin I was telling you about earlier, he fucking called me one day. He's like, bro, we should start a fucking religion. We'll make so much money.
I know.
Not even start your own religion. Just piggyback off of Christianity or some shit.
Absolutely. Yo, we should start some shit where we merge like the modern age, like put AI and Jesus together. How can we figure that out, guys?
Jesus is in my email.
Jesus is with you. He is Gmail.
Jesus is the AI with no programming.
With no program. I'd sign up.
Now, let me tell you. How did the internet come to be? The Lord. That's how.
The Lord.
The Lord is in.com.
The worldwide.
Guys,
web.
give me like a month. I could spin the Gospels into AI. Like the Lord came down and gave a software upgrade.
You could literally relate the Bible to fucking anything. You can make it fit that narrative.
You can. It's such a good allegory.
They literally used it for slavery, so you could fucking. The Bible means nothing. The Bible means not a fucking thing.
It's so funny too, because like once you get into like what the Bible is and the history of the Bible and how we don't even have the real book.
Yeah, it's
like,
King James's version of it.
I mean, I was telling my friend we were in Denver a couple weeks ago, and freaking they had Jesus up by the Capitol. We were looking at the Capitol building, and they had Jesus in the nativity set and all that stuff, and angels and whatever. And on the other side, they have all these elves and shit. And freaking, I'm telling my friend, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what do people don't even know what the fuck they're worshiping? All this nonsense and all this shit. You talk to people like Jesus, they don't know. There's a bunch of magi who are magicians worshiping all this freaking the stars who come to find this baby god. Like, people don't know what the fuck is going on. They're like, oh, they're kings. They're wizards. The guys were wizards. Like, what are you talking about? Like, kings my ass. Like.
You're a king and all you brought me was fucking myrrh. Are you kidding me? You have a fucking
shit.
country, you piece of shit.
Where were what kingdom were
Sorry,
they
I don't speak to broke kings.
Only the one that brought us gold.
Yeah, he
That
could
was the only
say.
good guy.
What
He
is
could say.
even frankincense? What is frankincense?
It's like an ensign. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of my
Yeah.
get out of my manger, you
Pick
piece of
flowers at
shit.
my own
Get out of my
house.
manger.
Get out of my fucking manger.
The kings came to a major, smell some horse shit. Like, come on.
Was that a camel?
they
You
were
got a
probably
fucking
on a
camel in a desert? Oh, I got a fucking little camel. Fuck you.
Bunch of guys on acid came to
Fucking
visit Jesus.
bitch.
Like,
Oh, you followed a star? My fucking
my
ass.
fucking ass. They're probably looking for a Burger King. They saw the kid. They were like, nice. That's a nice kid they got.
They tried to buy Jesus. That's really what happened.
That's what it was.
We will give you frankincense
They
and
were
myrrh
like,
for
"We'll
this child.
Eat that kid right there.
We're so hungry.
We're so fucking hungry.
He's gonna start a religion.
But yeah, the Bible is ridiculous because every time they find new scrolls and they read them and they realize that they contradicts the rest of it, they have to
Yeah.
fucking say like, "Oh, well, those don't count." Well,
Dude.
why don't they count? There's the one book like that the devil supposedly wrote that like if like you hold it, it like turns you insane kind of shit. But that's not real. That like that doesn't count towards the Bible. Well, why not? Like it's the fucking same shit. The Dead Sea Scrolls, those don't count.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All of that stuff.
Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy nonsense. I was listening to that like a couple weeks ago. I was like, this is some crazy nonsense. This is awesome.
Wow.
Fucking angels doing some nonsense, plotting against God. They were getting lit. It was lit. Yo, fucking, if you think about it, the book of Genesis was a drug bust. The guy was like, yo. The guy's like, they better not eat my drugs off that tree. or
Damn,
else.
they ate every fucking apple.
Every fucking apple. They gained all this
You know how
knowledge.
fucking hard it is to eat pomegranates, those pieces of shit.
These motherfuckers. Pomegranates getting high off the gods. Like,
They chewed on the seeds too. Those fucking pieces of shit.
pieces of crap. That woman.
They're leaving my place.
They're leaving. Throw them out.
I don't give a
Throw 'em
shit.
out.
And who ate it?
It was Eve.
It was Eve.
It was
The
Eve.
woman.
It was
Fucking
Eve. She was
Christ.
on that dirty
What
snake.
about the other guy? Was it Cain? He killed Abel.
Yeah.
And
he
God
killed
was
Abel.
like, like that wasn't right. So
That's
like I'm
not
just gonna
cool.
give you a little bit of a scar.
Papa.
But then like it's like no one talks about it. Like Cain moved on and like had children.
Yeah.
And like that's
Yeah.
like the continuation of like where Abraham's like line is.
Yeah,
So, like,
uh-huh.
so it literally meant nothing.
I find it funny how like the story of Moses.
Yeah.
How they went around the desert.
And where did Cain go? How did he find other people? He's the child of Adam and Eve. Where the fuck did those people come from? Is he fucking cousins or those his cousins?
Probably. He was like, yo, she looks
Yeah,
nice
this
right
fucking
there.
book makes
She-
sense to me.
Hard
It's a good
times.
book.
Hard times.
Great book.
We just all have a mental handicap. We don't
Everyone's just-
know about.
that's what I-
ties back.
You
Now
know what?
it
Now
all
it
makes
all
sense.
Oh no.
The South had it right. Go, Dixie, go.
We're at an hour and 46.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that we were going for like 3 hours. I don't have a watch on. I looked.
No.
It felt like it was like 3 hours. Hour and 46. We're killing
Nice.
it.
I thought
Nice.
this
Right?
flew by.
Hell yeah. That's what's up.
Hell
That
yeah.
shit flew by.
Oof. Time between friends. Time flies when you have
Brandon,
fun.
would you like to plug in your podcast?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. That would be fucking awesome.
Go right ahead, Bob.
Absolutely, yeah. So I have a podcast named Talkalchemy. We talk about philosophy and esotericism. We're gonna be diving into the Kabbalah soon, so that should be pretty interesting for all you Hellenized Jews out there. So yeah, you can find me at talkalchemy.com. We got a YouTube channel, Talkalchemy at Gmail, Twitter, Instagram, all Talk Alchemy. So come hang out with me and talk about weird shit.
Fuck yeah.
Link will be in the description.
I love you.
All right, boys. I love you guys. I'm so happy I got to see Brandon for the first time in 15 years.
I
It's been
know.
amazing.
I appear. It's good to see you guys too. Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, guys. I
Of course,
appreciate it.
Of course. All right, Joe, hit
Beautiful.
that shit.